Gentlemen, we in the main event of NXT. We got the tag. We got this tag: Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez taking on Kalani Jordan and Julia. I'm expecting Julia to get a pin on Roxanne. That's how I'm expecting it, because you got this main event coming, and with the main event at New Year's Evil, January 7th, Julia lost to ooh, Julia lost to Cora Jade pins Kalani Jordan. Interesting. Interesting. Ain't gonna hold you. I wasn't really expecting that. Oh, here comes Stephanie Vick. Now they jumped her in earlier in the evening. Here comes Stephanie with Cora Jade in the ring. But where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Oh, from behind. From behind. You knew it was coming. Oh, I thought she was gonna come and run down the aisle. Okay. So this is what we're doing to set up more matches, I think, for new. Ooh, she broke the. Was that a bat? Cora Jade getting whooped on a little bit. Stephanie Vicure. Where's Roxanne? Where did Roxanne slide to? She running. She sliding through the crowd, y'all. She out. Oh, who's signing something? Eddie. Oh, for next week's match. For the NXT title, y'all. Yo, wow, boy, nice. I a little different, a little different. I'm not saying that's what I would have recommended. Somebody's got the worst internet connection on the planet. Maybe it's me, maybe it's not. But thank y'all for staying in. You know what I'm saying? That I appreciate that. Um, we had an NXT. So like I was saying, how do y'all rank NXT tonight? You know, we got the impromptu NXT North American males title match. We got the Hank and Tank versus Tyreek and Tyson. I didn't really care for that too much. I just thought that it'd be interesting to see who's going up to tag team ranks, you know. Um Julia, Roxanne, that match I was looking forward to. It happened. I thought Julia was gonna get a win. I guess that's a little too like, of course that makes the most sense, but the reality is, no, let's make it spicy. Julia and Kalani lost. Kalani took that pin. Eddie Thorpe with a plot twist. I'm hoping my internet don't act up again. But yo, we see you in the chat. Definitely. What up, Vinny? I like that little like after he signed contract for an NXT title match, he tells on himself with the most. That's ill. We're gonna look into who attacked you. You're looking at him. And I had to go through 25 minutes of hell to get a title shot. Now I ain't gonna lie. We all know Eddie Thorpe is not about to take this title off Trick Williams next. Absolutely not. No point to even try to play it. Make Trick a more fighting champion. Get Trick seen in front of the cameras. Good way for Oba to come in and do something. Um, Eddie is tied with. You know what's wild? Let's go back a little bit into the evening, into this night. We had Oba and Trick Williams face to face, right? And I took some screenshots just to see comparison of like, is Oba more dominant in appearance than Trick? I don't think so. I don't think so. Trick is a much more athletic looking guy than Oba. Oba is just very, very broad, like very big. They're both brawn like, you know what I'm saying? They brawny, you know what I'm saying? They like, you know what I mean? So I don't think it looks no type of way. You know what I'm saying? If you're not looking at contracts or who you think is gonna move on the rosters, and you're just thinking like both of these guys gonna stay in NXT for the foreseeable future, this is a really good toss-up match. And Oba kind of said some things that made me say, hmm, I let you be champion. He's been saying this is my kingdom for a minute. But you know what was wild about that? Trick was kind of silent. I wanted him to be a little more aggressive, but it's all good. Yo, the crowd was chanting for Eddie Thorpe to leave. They was like, leave, or they say go, Eddie, go. Like go. It was something to that extent. And when you have Trick and Oba, this has been brewing for a minute as far as one of the biggest matches NXT can make on the male side of things. And we've talked about it on the podcast for a while. Like, yo, I would like to see, because again, Trick was a dominant champ. And in the meantime, in the flip, um, so was Oba Femi, right? Longest reigning North American champion. And the way he was beating people, I mean, who's gonna stop him, right? You start to figure out who, and it started to almost look like Oba versus Trick is coming into alignment. Um, I kind of wish, I kind of wish Oba didn't drop that title yet. I ain't gonna lie to you, and the reason being, I think it could have been a bigger match if Oba would have still been North American title champion, and he would have had both titles, and then he would have decided to relinquish one because Ava would have told him, if you're gonna have two titles, you have no problem with it. However, you will fight separate matches in the same night throughout. And that would be wild. Like people are like, well, why would I do that? If I get pushed to the limit in a North American title match and then still got to do a main event later, so it makes sense just to drop the one title. However, that's not what the situation is, right? So I thought Oba had some good promo there. He told Trick to his face, like, yo, I let you. The only reason we have a Trick Williams era is because I let you. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, ooh, and Trick Trick glasses off, no shirt. I don't think Trick Williams' closet probably looks crazy. Nothing but jeans and shorts. You know what I'm saying? Jeans, shorts, sweats, not even sweat outfits, just pants, slacks, khakis, the whole nine. Like, bro, why you even have hangers on the other side of your closet? You know what I'm saying? Or one part of your closet with nothing there. You just probably be like, that's where I was gonna put my shirts. So, yeah, I like the promo. Vinny, I seen you. You said 7 out of 10 for NXT. I had like a 6.5, 7. I wasn't. I mean, they got time to cook, tell the story. I think the Eddie Thorpe twist at the end was kind of dope. I hadn't really seen that. I attacked I basically I played the victim. I laid myself out, had the setup. That was fire. Um, Ethan Page. Let me. I kind of want to. I'm kind of skipping around the card. I got some notes, but instead of going in order, there were some things I'm not gonna really like cover everything 'cause I don't think everything was a super big deal. However, uh, Fatal Influence picked up a nice win. JC Jane and Jasmine Nix. going against Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan. We saw Shotzi come back and in that match because okay, so when they picked up that win, it was a 3-on-2. Now Gigi had already expressed concern, like, yo, it's only two of us, it's three of them, you know what I'm saying? It could get ugly. And Tatum was like, yo, I got it. I got a friend. I got a friend. So I'm like, oh, here we go. Right. I thought it was gonna be like a Barbie or something. You know what I'm saying? Remember she was into that. So they did lose though. They did take the L. And Shotzi, after the match, they're getting jumped. And Shotzi comes to the rescue. Shotzi gets a good pop. Shotzi's pop is so crazy that when they do an Axiom and Frazier backstage segment, they're still chanting Shotzi's like, you know what I'm saying? I can't even think what they were chanting, but it was so through. They couldn't I didn't even take note other than Axiom and Frazier mess up next week. Right? That's all I wrote because I was like, yo, who's they tagging against? I didn't hear. So they got a tag match next week. I believe they are defending the titles, but I couldn't catch it. I was trying to listen for what they was chanting. So she definitely got a good pop. So it's keep an eye out for Shotzi and how they're gonna use her again. Stacked women's division. I mean, from the top to the bottom of the card. You see what I'm saying? So super fire with that, right? However, what is going to happen next week? Now you got Shotzi in the mix with Fatal Influence. I do think with all of the women on this roster, here's where I'm like, when was the last time the North American title got defended? Was it at Deadline? And if it was, that's cool. It's PLE. But you have so much talent, you're gonna have to have more defenses of different titles. Like it's even cool, and it don't even have to be a defense. You remember when Bret Hart? I'm gonna go back to the Attitude Era or just before, depending on how you want to talk about it. If you go back to that era, Bret Hart was fighting on like WWE superstars against Virgil. You know what I'm saying? Like putting titles up. Sometimes it's just non-title matches, but he was regularly wrestling. I think these girls, Roxanne Perez and Phelan Henley, have to do something similar because there's just too much of a roster to not be getting opportunities and looked at. I could understand if you say, well, Jason J. I'm sorry, y'all. If you tell me Roxanne Perez is their champion, so she should not be doing that. Okay, if that's your defense, stick with it. She'll fight on PLEs, do tag team matches here and there. Okay, cool. Stick with it. That is reputable. I could stand behind that. But I also see the other point. That I would like to see more shots getting fired, even if it's just women not getting title matches, but shots at her. But at the same time, it's either here or there. But Phelan Henley at North America, I don't know who's in the North American title picture. Um, it's getting blurred. Like I understand between Jada Parker and Lola Vice, they both not back to back, but within a certain window, both took on Roxanne Perez and lost. But there's so many women like in the initial match for the North American title, Sol Ruka was in it. So she should be in that level, right? But then Iron Survivor, she was in that. So she should like that's how talented they are. You can swing people left and right. So I need more from the champions, right? I mean, that's at least how I think about it. It's just or you gotta start moving, you gotta use this NXT move to get some of these females up out of here. Jakara and Last Legend made their presence felt today. Talking to who was it? It was Zarya and so many people. Zarya was backstage. It's almost like they're setting up these women in tag teams to kind of minimize the amount of women on this roster just running free. But yeah, I thought that was important. But what I wanted to actually initially say, talking about North American Championships, which is going to go into my mid-tier rant. Um, Ethan Page said something. Ethan Page was sitting backstage. Tony D'Angelo came backstage. He's like, excuse me. He sees Ethan Page sitting there. looking all bummed out. So my man was like, "Yo, look, you look bummed out. I'll do you a solid. I'll grant you a championship opportunity tonight, impromptu." And Ethan Page said, "I've been NXT champion. That is beneath me." I made a note. I literally wrote that shit down because to me, that's how that shit rolls. When you are coming off NXT championship or world title, you don't go after the mid tier immediately. And I watched WWE do this to so many superstars in the last like 10 years. And specifically in the last 4 with Roman. But I like to see that NXT is trying to avoid that. And then instead of having the guy who was just the NXT champion, he lost his belt to Trick. He's still been sticking in that title picture. He now gets a North American title shot. They don't have him win, right? They let him go down this rabbit hole of like, oh man, I'm tripping, I'm falling apart, I'm better than this, right? And that's a good story arc for a guy who's called All Ego. It's a great story arc for him. You know what I mean? Even if you wanted to like start to put more doubt on him and have him send him towards maybe Sean Spears. I don't know if that could really work because Ethan seems like a stronger mind. Like Ethan's been around wrestling for so long. I don't think putting him under Sean Spears or with Sean Spears, but maybe as a tag team. I don't know what they're about to do with him, only because you're removing him from that title picture, let him find himself, let him get some matches. You're going to use him probably to help develop other stars, or this is all a setup. Hey, maybe he's getting called up to the main roster. Ethan can go. He can talk on the mic. He can give you heel vibes. He can give you babyface vibes. I think Ethan getting called up to the main. Yeah, I just said that. I think you might have said it before. I'm not even peeping. I didn't even peep it. But yeah, Ethan might be getting ready to go to the main roster. He's ready. He's definitely ready. He has the look. He has a skill set. He has so it's all there. It's all there. Ethan Page might be their most complete male wrestler. Most complete. And if he's not, he's definitely in their top 3. Definitely. Easily. Um, and he can draw emotion, all of it, all of it, all of it. Great heel, great heel. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. But I think that to me stuck out enough for me to write that as a specific note. The North American title is beneath me. You know what I mean? Because again, I was the NXT champion. Now, did he take the match? Yeah, because then Tony D'Angelo was like, "Well, if you don't really want it, I guess I'll have to just turn it over to the." He don't sound like that, but he was like, "I guess I got to turn it over to the locker room." Everybody was like, "Oh, I'll take it, I'll take it." So that's when Ethan came around, and you know what I'm saying, he did what he did. So, and he took that opportunity. So shout out to him, doing that. So, uh, uh
Oh man, call me a 4K. What's up?
yeah. So, Ethan was shout out to him. He'll probably be going to the main roster. That's probably what they're about to do. Uh, Julia, let's talk about how NXT opened up. You know what I'm saying? Julia was interrupted by Roxanne, and they trying to do the New Year's Evil, which is going to be January 7th, which is interesting because keep in mind January 6th is the Netflix Raw, right? So that'll be your first Raw on Netflix. Where are we gonna go with this? Because it's Tuesday. It's a PLE, but it's not a PLE. It's a Tuesday night. It's a regular Tuesday night, January 7th. So expect a stacked expect us expect a stacked match, a night of matches. You know what I'm saying?
Cat got your tongue?
Bro, you look crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? But expect a night of stacked matches. We already know we're getting Trick versus Obafemi, and we also know we're getting Julia versus Roxanne. I think both of those matches are gonna tear down the house. They set up a nice little tag team deal with Kalani running
Trick
it.
and
Well,
Oba can't be slow though. It can't be
I don't think it'll
both of them
be
work a slow pace. You know what I'm saying? I think Oba might work a quicker pace than Trick.
it may be. You know, it's weird because now I'm thinking of like some of Oba's last matches. A lot of them were against faster paced guys. He did have Who from Chase U he gave an opportunity to? I can't even
I gotta
think.
bring up Chase U, man. You know, I'm still hurt by that.
I can't even think of Buddy name, but it wasn't that bad. And then on the flip, Trick had Ridge Holland, and I thought it was okay. I thought I expect them to be slow. However, a lot of consensus was like it wasn't good. There's a lot of people on the internet that said they didn't like that match. So uh it's each his own. When I see certain titles and certain people, I already am mentally prepared for what I'm about to get and how it's gonna go down. And I just
If
need you to
Oba
meet that
wins, you
expectation.
think Trick going up to the main roster?
Yeah, I think yes. I actually think Trick is definitely gone. But it's crazy. I honestly think it's gonna be weird for him because they're gonna use him for Carmelo, I feel like, and then
Trick Williams
he's
is in
gonna
a
get lost.
dangerous spot. He's in that spot where the Street Profits were. He's in the spot where Enzo and Cass was. He's in the spot Bobby Roode was in. He has the aura and entrance that's bigger than the in-ring body of work what people like him for. Because after Whoop That Trick and the intro, gotta wrestle. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk about that a lot here, how sometimes the catchphrase or entrance can eclipse the talent. And Trick is in that spot. And I don't know if he'll get the opportunity to really show on the main roster what he can do in the ring. So it's a thin line he's walking. But
Well, I think people got to use the Big Daddy Cool Diesel move set. Just break it out. You know what I'm saying? If you're a big man, you got to wrestle like a big man and understand the mechanics of a match and how to make it work.
do we
Because
consider Trick a big man?
he's not. But in today's era, it's starting to be where he
You
is.
know, on 2K24 they had him as a cruiserweight.
Man, it's 206 6'4", 6'5", 240. And that might be an understatement. He might be 245, 250. But
Yeah, because Trick is very deceiving, and he's never really stood next to like a big guy. But
well, tonight he let me see. I took the pictures and all that. I was about to post them, but it just time management wasn't on my side tonight.
I came on
Oh,
eating ceviche, so ceviche is delicious, by the way.
I could probably send it to myself.
See, and
Let me
Oba.
make it a little bit.
Remember, I was saying even like Roman doesn't even look big standing next to CM Punk. Like, so I don't. The big it's kind of wrestling is trending like all the other sports. Football, they've gotten leaner and faster. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
Basketball, the big man in basketball is a rarity. Big man by definition, like Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal, those guys. It's a rarity because the big man now he won't be a point guard.
Yeah,
The old Dallas Cowboys was known for what? Having 6'5", 300, 400-pound linemen. That don't really exist in the NFL no more.
yeah. I mean, look at like Javon Evans, right? He had a match tonight with Wesley. Great match. Um, he's very frail. It's not. He's gonna have to put 40. He
Well,
would
he's
have to put
still
like
young.
20,
He's still what, 21, 19,
19, 20.
19?
He's
So he
very
got
young.
time, but we're talking about 25, 30-old men.
You know, I wonder about that statement though. I'm gonna put an asterisk by it because when we say he got time, yeah, he got time to develop. Randy Orton did too, But I don't think Javon Evans is too far away from the main roster, even though I think his promo game needs a lot of work. I
If
got,
if, if
I,
he
I
goes
like.
to the main roster with that body,
You get fricasseed.
he won't get. There's no push behind that.
None. It's good for, and this is where the NXT thing is. It can be deceiving. We talked about people who went to NXT, they did great in NXT, then they hit the main roster, and it's like, you know. But again, when you talk about main roster, it's a lot of different things that go into effect. Everything from merchandise sales, viewership. They look at
And even
all of
if
that.
Javion was to go, the best comparison I have for him is Kofi Kingston. And look how
Yeah.
long it took Kofi to become, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say a household name, but a
Absolutely.
household name. It took him years to build on that thing.
Now the thing about similarly to Kofi, Kofi made a name for himself doing the Royal Rumble spots and some other spots too. He was the spot guy.
And Javion can
Javon
do that.
Evans,
He can do that.
yes, but his whole style has been let's get bouncy. So people we're looking for an area like back in the day they used to say like tag team special stuff like Javon Evans is what I'm gonna go call as an aerial artist. That's what he does. He's good in the air. He's great. However, when he gets a guy who can wrestle like Chad Gable, Chad Gable's gonna do it. Chad Gable's gonna eliminate a leg, work a
Well, you
leg,
have to be
continue to
good
work.
in the air if you can't do strength spots.
No, I don't believe it to be. I don't think they need to because Ricochet wasn't doing strength spots. And Ricochet and a whole crowd of people like him don't do strength spots. Like there's, I don't want to call it not strength spots because there has to be a level of strength to do what they're doing
That's
too.
what I'm saying.
Like force.
That's the point. He has to be good at other things because he's not. Rey Mysterio, perfect example. Ray would still, you know what I'm saying, get you up and get you down if he had to. It's just a weird thing. But then again, like we
Ray was
said,
their Mexican push.
the big man
Ray was
doesn't
their
exist,
Hispanic.
so it might be more of an even playing field than we really know.
I don't think Javon Evans. They could. I mean, they obviously are behind him. They put him in the ring with Randy Orton. They put him in Iron Survivor. They have put him in numerous like I ain't seen him compete for the North American title. We just bypassed that. Put him in title pictures, and he gets a lot of runtime. I remember they did vignettes for him when he was talking about how he got raised by his mom and shit like that. Like they are
But people
behind
want to
Javon
see him.
Evans.
People want to see him, so they're going to show you what people want to see. That's one thing about NXT. They'll give you what the people want to see. They'll put them in front of your eyes.
Yeah, and they're doing it great. I just maybe 2 years. The thing about it is, will he dominate down at NXT at some point? Maybe, but I don't know about high flyers dominating. It's very weird. Like they have great matches, but they're not like Oba Femi. Like he could be dominant. Like
It's a
he,
weird
if
spot to
he
be in.
becomes if he becomes champion, I can see him always being an underdog because again, you're one high flying move away from missing, and then you know what Jim Ross just call them high risk maneuvers. You try these high risk. That's why they're high risk because if you miss it, the whole momentum of the match, the whole match
And
mechanics.
the thing about that is, it's my Charlotte Flair moonsault thing. The more you see it, the less it's impressive it is. You know what I'm saying? It's impressive. It's impressive, but the more you see it, it's not as special. Like Randy Orton's simple punt. We can't wait till Orton kick somebody in the head, but he doesn't do
Yeah,
it. And every time we think he's going to do it, it's like, oh shit, is he going to do it? It's simple. You can't pull it out. But we live in the wrestling day of spamming signatures and finishing moves. It didn't take 3 finishers in the 80s and 90s to put somebody down. One and done. You wasn't kicking out of it.
that's why I think it's crazy. Like that's why I think it's a lot of copy paste wrestlers. That's why the super kick is just overused. It's oversaturated. They got to stop. They use it like a punch. The
When
super
Jake the
kick is a
Snake did the
punch.
DDT, that was the end of the match.
That's the end of the match. And the DDT wasn't getting used by everybody at that time. In the 80s, DDT was like, hey, that is Jake's move. Do not do it.
Do
So
not touch.
that shit is gone. That is gone. They could have gave that finisher to
I
another
see
person
people doing like tombstone power drivers just randomly in matches now.
randomly, randomly, and that's where it is crazy. Like Javon Evans is a perfect person to use the super kick, but it's so oversaturated you can't because he's tall, lanky. He doesn't have a power move set, but a super kick can work in any match. I quit. Not I quit, but like a backstage
And
brawl.
here's the
A super
thing,
kick.
even they even call it like when Jericho did the code breaker, it was the end of the match. People do code breakers in matches now, and they called it a code breaker.
And they call it a code breaker. That's where wrestling is getting. this is where wrestling will start to lose. Like wrestling is hot right now. It's got a lot going on, great storylines, whatever. But eventually, people will get tired of the same thing. So how do you keep evolving? You 30 add more kickouts. Like no, no, you got to start beating people with what your finisher is,
It's
and that's
the
it.
NBA, bro. I remember when I was a kid, if an NBA game broke 100 points, that was a huge deal. It was on the headlines, front of the paper. We was talking about it at school the next day. Now, 120, 130 is that's just a Tuesday.
Standard,
That's just a Tuesday night.
standard, yeah. And people, yeah, the evolution of wrestling is very similar to the evolution of basketball because they looked at, like, I remember hearing Kevin Nash have a conversation, which not I heard it, but in an interview, Kevin Nash was talking about to Sean, you got to slow it down. Talking about the production, not the production, but the pacing of NXT, the way the match is going. And Sean, he said, Sean said back to him, he's like, that's not what the people want to see no more. They want to see spot after spot after spot. So
You do we
Sean
want to
gets
see
it.
spot after spot after spot?
I don't think we do. I think this is what happens when you start to lead people away. Don't you can't the worst part is once you lead us down a road, we start going down that road. We start picking up steam and running down that road. Now you're like, well, oh, we didn't really want to go this way. Well, too late. It's too late. We're running now. We're in the car. We're flying. You showed us this great way. We like it. Now you can't turn back. You didn't want to do it. You got everybody doing it.
And that's like I said, the comparison in NBA is because it's a lot of skill that's not there and basic skills. It's just running and gunning. And that's wrestling now. Spot, spot, spot,
There's no
spot,
such
spot.
thing as a bad shot. I remember you get back in high school, yo, you take certain shots, coach,
Bench,
you hitting the bench. You hitting the
bench.
bench. We weren't even allowed. Well, our high school coach, we weren't even allowed to shoot fadeaways. They were
Bro, they
considered
shooting
bad
it
shots,
from the logo in the half court.
bro. Letting it go, and it's like these are horrible
Seven
shots.
7-footers.
And then you got people talking about I feel in rhythm, and I feel like it's the same thing with wrestling. You got people doing spot. There's no need for a spot here. There's no need for a spot here. No, now it
And then
benefits
and
to have
then
wrestling.
when Edge happens, then when Bronson Reed happens, then when Kyrie Sane happens, you looking like, oh, when Ray Phoenix happens, when all these injuries happen, you looking at it's unnecessary spots. Every person I mentioned, unnecessary spots. It some of the spots we don't need. We don't need the table every match. We don't need the weapons every match. We don't need blood. If the wind blow hard, John Moxley bleeding. We don't need blood every time. So it's just I don't know why it does. A lot of it doesn't feel special no more. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. It doesn't. It doesn't. I would, and then you got a lot of women who've come back from injuries. Nikita Lyons, Cora Jade, you know what I mean? Like I always feel like, okay, so Ruka wrestles with a brace, like you can see the scars, like, bro, let's be careful. Let's say, like, the when Sol Ruka does a no DQ match backstage brawl, she's screwed. She ain't got no finisher. She's gonna jump off a table and like like, nah, I ain't gonna work.
It's a lot of it doesn't feel special, man. Even Pyro used to be for pay-per-views. Now you getting pyro and all kinds. It's just everything is the thing. So nothing else really feels special. So you have to
Yeah,
have these huge, elaborate, extravagant pay-per-views and bring this person back and bring out a choir and this person and that person because you know what I'm saying? You getting it already.
yeah. I think
That's not a complaint. It's just, somebody asks why we compare because sometimes I'm a simplicity is best person. A lot of things, simplicity is really best, but and in wrestling it's a show. You want to put on a show, but it doesn't some of it doesn't feel special. The spamming finishers, the weapons, like even with the war games
unnecessary.
match, I'm like, war games is cool, but how much shit under the ring?
Yo. They have it perfectly timed too. So whoever's under the ring handing them these things, CM Punk comes out, he grabs the first thing. What is it? A toolbox. That wasn't there a second ago.
And
Oh,
what
it's the
happened with that
toolbox.
toolbox?
Injure somebody.
Injury.
That's the second time though.
Injury.
2 times you used it. Both times an injury occurred.
Damn near killed Drew McIntyre.
Slid his whole shit.
I always
Tore him a
think
buddy
about
bicep.
Mercury from Eminem when he took that ladder to the face, bro. That shit shattered his face.
They pulled him out that match quick. His whole thing blew up.
But yeah, I
And then he
mean,
became back as one of those black suited motherfuckers for Seth Rollins. Never was the same afterwards. You're done.
J&J Security or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. J&J Security. But yeah, it was cool. I also wanted to we talked about Javion Evans, you know what I'm saying? Him and Wes Lee. I think I don't know if Wes Lee's ever gonna come up to he has a dope move set, but I think you gotta put him in a group and make him like the Rockers, where if he's in a group, it's a tag team group of aerial, you know what I'm saying, and you're
He
doing
should
like a
never
few
left MSK or Rascals or whatever you want to call them.
right.
That should have been a free bird. That should have been a free bird. It's pretty much let these three guys rock. That way, if it's those three, you never know which two you're getting. A third can interfere, and that's how they function. Just free bird them out because
And they're
they need to feed
very
each other.
skilled.
They need
Very
to
skilled.
feed each other.
And they naturally can do spot. That's like Axiom and Frazier. They do spot after spot after spot. And again, I apologize. I didn't catch who they're gonna face next week. But Axiom caught a bum deal. He's gonna have to pull the Nathan Frazier this time. Nathan Frazier at deadline had to wrestle 2 matches. The tag title match against Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne, and then he had the Iron Survivor. They tried to fucking help each other out, and then they both went to Ava with different missions. And now Axiom got to fight 2 times. He got to fight Oba Femi. He gonna get beat to sleep by Oba, and then they got a tag match for the titles. I'm like, I don't know who. I didn't catch it. That pop for shots, he was so loud, I couldn't catch it. And I was
Beat
trying to
to
hear what they were
sleep is a
saying.
crazy saying.
But
Beat to sleep.
yeah, that was a wild one, man. So next week's NXT gonna look kind of good. You got Eddie Thorpe versus Trick Williams for the NXT title. We know that you are setting up Oba Femi versus Trick. You're not taking no titles off nobody right now. The
Not for Eddie
fucking
Thorpe.
crowd was saying, "Get out, Eddie. Get out the ring." You were in the ring with these two. These two are having a legendary face-off. You know what I'm saying? This is your Undertaker stink. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but this is your big two heavyweights. You've been putting them on this road for a
And I
while.
never understood that. Nobody wants to see damn Undertaker and Sting. That ain't no dream match.
You're bugging. Undertaker and Sting could headline wrestle if they were in their primes, and we're talking about the black and white Crow Sting, because any other version of Sting doesn't work versus any version of the
Again, I think
Undertaker.
it's a styles clash. I don't know, but what do I know?
Yeah, but it's not even about the styles clash. I think people will just want to see it, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Then people are like, oh, I was stupid, right? But because it never happened, you
It
know what I'm
was a
saying? You
it
gave
was
us
a was
everything
it Flair?
in Hogan.
Flair and somebody on paper they was like, yo, this was gonna kill, but they just didn't have chemistry in the ring.
And Hogan.
There's a few stories like that where on paper you would think this will work, but sometimes it just don't work in the ring.
No, that's 100% true. I don't. Sting is a tricky subject because Sting has levels to wrestling. The younger Sting is way more athletic and can do a lot. I also think he got s- stumped because of growth, because of who he was working with and the ages they were in WCW. WCW ain't known for a lot of classic matches, a lot of classic promo, a lot of classic groups. But when you talk about classic during that 83 weeks or whatever it was,
Halloween
we
Havoc was it 96, 97? Eddie and Ray. That's always my go-to.
from 96 to 99, you can think of a lot of classic things that happened on WWE side, even though when they were
Goldberg
getting that
had
at
100 plus classic matches. What are you talking about?
what are you talking about classic? That's a fucking you are let's ask Brett.
The streak was classic. You should have asked
The
him. We had
streak,
him on the
right?
podcast. We should have asked him.
The streak. He'd have got up out of there. The streak was classic, but the matches of the streak are not.
Bro, Goldberg gave himself a
They're
concussion coming to the ring, bust his head open on the door.
him beating William Regal is all we need to know.
Oh, Regal put the beats on him. Regal put the beats on Goldberg.
He said my man was a deer in the headlights. Like he ain't know what was happening. He
They
didn't know what
couldn't
to
wrestle
do.
5 minutes. I had to teach him a lesson.
But this is why NXT is so great. Imagine if you would have had an NXT back then and Goldberg would have came to WWE.
They did.
You
It
know what I
was
mean?
called the Power Plant.
Down in Atlanta, bro. Nah, that's it. Yo, shout out to whoever thought, because I remember when they first started the Performance Center and they had multiple rings down there and they weren't televising it. Then they made a
It was like a warehouse.
and then yeah, it was like they made it like a big thing though, and then they made a reality TV series, and next thing you know, we started getting NXT or Nexus, and then it just grew and grew and grew, and now we're getting fucking PLEs. They're taking these
I'm
people
pretty sure
around the
they
country.
still have the Performance Center, but NXT, that's a studio. This is a TV studio, but
The Performance Center is still there. You're right. But NXT ain't nobody
but
just
it's
getting
supposed
on
to be moving
NXT.
it to Vegas, so who knows?
That's interesting.
Bro,
That's interesting.
it's a whole era of wrestling that's being wiped out before our eyes. There's no more Titan Towers. They're selling that, getting rid of that. They're erasing Vince McMahon from history. They're moving from NXT to wherever they're gonna be in Orlando. There's no more OVW. It's that whole wave is slowly is gone.
Yeah, that's the whole
They
TKO
buying up
move too.
they're buying up the territories. WWID is just what Vince did back in the day, but with wrestling schools. Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and Booker T schools. Like,
And they made a reference to it tonight. He was like, "Book, this ain't ring of what's this shit called? Ring of fuck. I almost said Ring of Honor, but
reality of wrestling.
reality of wrestling." He was like, "This ain't reality of wrestling. You can't just make the rules." I was like, "Ooh, was that a shot?" But either way, doesn't matter. It's a
I don't even know the name, but what is Seth
whether it's
Rollins' school name? I know it's the Nightmare Factory, Reality of Wrestling, 3D
I
Academy.
don't know. I'd have to Google it.
It's like Black and something. I think it's Black and I think playing off his old name, Tyler Black or something. But yeah, man, it's a whole era of wrestling that doesn't exist that people don't even know about, which is crazy. You know the Power Plant, but I guarantee you the average WWE
Black and Brave
Black, I know it's
Wrestling
Black and
Academy.
something. If you
Yeah.
mention the Power Plant to the average wrestling fan now, they'll be like,
They won't know.
is that a new vegan restaurant?"
I used to have Bam Bam Bigelow had a school too. A lot of people had schools. I used to have
Everybody
a
had
list.
schools because that was a
I,
way of
I
getting
had a
money.
Ultimate Warrior had a school, and there's a viral video that's out
How
there.
many
You'll see.
graduates did he have? Who graduated from that school?
Shawn Michaels had a school. Shawn Michaels has a
If
hidden
you could
dark
be
match in it.
trained by any wrestler, that's probably your answer right there. Shawn Michaels. No?
Nope. It's close though. It's close.
Who chat. If you
Bret
could
Hart.
be trained by any wrestler,
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart,
Bret Hart is probably the smooth. Bret Hart is the smoothest motherfucking wrestler ever. He will never get the credit he deserves. People will always know him for bitching and complaining. But you watch his career from start to finish, whether wrestling bigs, whether he's wrestling whomever, he is literally poetry in motion. You can't think of too many bad Bret Hart, man. The
I
motherfucker
would go
had only
to
a
Kurt
sharpshooter finisher,
Angle's.
bro.
If Kurt Angle had a school, I would go to Kurt Angle's school.
Kurt's pretty up there too. I just wouldn't do Kurt's because Kurt is cut from the cloth of Bret.
I'm only saying Kurt because Kurt had an actual wrestling background. He was just like a dude,
100%, 100%.
and that
But
just worked. Kind of like how the UFC people, some of them take to it. Kurt just took to wrestling.
but here's why I would this is why I say Bret over anybody. Bret's whole career, Bret never hurt nobody. And he wrestled a lot.
He didn't
He
wrestle with
wrestled
a
a
broken
lot.
freaking neck.
I mean, Stone Cold broke his neck. He came back, but like
Stone Cold
when I
finished
say,
that match. Knowing what he went through in that match, watching that match is totally different now. His body was limp, like he was.
what? Oh shit! I knew it. We knew something was wrong the way Owen, because they started going into cheers and reveres with the crowd. Just, okay, what's up? And then he's coming back to check on, and then the way he rolls him up, he just touches him on his leg, and Owen just, you know,
I forget who was wrestling.
and then
So it
Owen
might have
just
been Kurt Angle, and he was like, "I don't remember half the match, but Hunter took care of me." So it's things that happen in that ring, man, that you never know.
I agree. I agree. On top of that, this is why I wouldn't pick Kurt. There's only one reason I would put Brett over Kurt. You remember the Shane McMahon shit? King of the Ring, he kept trying to throw him through that glass. Now, Shane is a large part
Shane
of the
told him to
problem.
try again.
Yeah, Shane was not. Shane was like, "We going through the
Shane
fucking
kept telling
glass.
him, "Do it, do it, do it."
Do it." I think Brett would be like, "No."
And
I
he
think
landed
Brett
on
would
his
leave.
head after that first suplex. Then he went through
Man,
both sides of the glass.
bro. What up, that? What up, Ashley? We see you in the chat. I can't say your whole name because that's a pause moment. But Ashley, you know what I'm saying? We see you in the chat on Instagram.
Then the Daddy
Um,
Hunter.
yeah, yeah, yeah. See,
Yeah, shout
there you
out to
go.
Ashley, the Daddy Hunter. The daddy, that's the name, right? The Daddy Hunter.
Mhm.
You a daddy. You might be hunted, so watch out.
Hey, ain't you right?
We
You
all
right.
daddies. It's datitude era over here.
It's the data.
But shout out to Ashley. I'll be watching the page. Ashley is she's a wrestler. She has a big part in the promotion. She's part of a big wrestling family, and she's in the gym getting it in. So 2025 might be the year of the Daddy Hunter. I don't know, but we'll see. But
That's
shout out
wild.
to Ashley, the
You never
Daddy.
know.
Um,
Yo, matter of
another
fact, Twitter just tweeted tag a wrestler that you want WWID to get, or like to, you know what I'm saying? Y'all go ahead and put the Daddy Hunter in there.
Daddy
You know what
Hunter.
I'm saying? You never know. Someone probably, yo, you asked me a year ago, would I be doing wrestling podcasts with DNA and all this other shit? The answer is no. How the hell do I know? How would I know? It's crazy how life works.
Hey, you got a wrestling organization that put a microphone in my hand and put me on TV. So you never know.
You
220.
never know.
Speaking of a year ago, we've been talking about these awards. The awards, the Attitude Era Podcast awards are coming. I might do a member of the year and Daddy Hunter in there. You know what I'm saying? Vinny in there.
Vinny need too if we got to
Hot
do all that.
facts. Well, hot facts at, Zell. Shout out to Zell. But yeah, we working on the Attitude Era Awards. We're gonna do a nice little year wrap up. And because we do appreciate y'all and the growth that we've seen in this channel just in since the summer has been amazing. We crossed 11,000 followers, subscribers on YouTube. So yeah, man, shout out to y'all for tuning in.
I'm happy, Ashley. You know that I was reading when you saw my face. I literally was reading your comment. Like, oh yeah, anybody can be a daddy, huh? Okay.
Remember,
I
what was that movie? Was it Harlem Nights? You're like, hey, it's me. Put your mom on the phone.
what's that? Hold on.
I'm never coming home. Ashley, you should put that in your theme song. That's how you should come to the ring. It's me. Put your mom on the phone. Hey, I'm never coming home. Then your music hit. I think that was Harlem Nights, right?
Yeah, it is. That's funny as hell.
He told his kid, put your mom on the phone. Hey, I'm not coming home.
Holy shit. I'm about to watch that shit tonight. But yeah, the Game Attitude Era Awards, stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a very interactive thing. So you'll have to check the socials. Again, you got Instagram, you got YouTube, you
I
got
want.
Twitter.
I'm throwing my own look at the thing in there, right? You got D. Archie Carter, King HP, The Maj, Z the Dropout, and DNA. I want the chat to vote who is the Attitude Era podcast Potter of the Year.
That's fire, yo.
And
That's
I
going
think we
up.
all should put a little something in the pot. And the pot of the year, they take the pot.
I like that. I like that.
I ain't talking nothing too crazy. Just a little
Not too
nice little,
crazy.
nice little
Not
pat
crazy.
on the
Yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we doing
Absolutely.
that. We gonna do that. Pot of the year. And we gonna let the people vote. Out of all the people on Attitude Era
Hey,
podcast.
that might be the final category. Like, you know how like the biggest category is always the last one? I was already thinking it was gonna be like who's the MVP, but to be
Pot
honest,
of the year, baby.
Potter of the year. Like,
We know
yo,
who
if
the
we
villain of the year is, but I could be a hero too. So
hey, you might be. You might be. You caught some shit. You caught some straight. I don't even know if they was they
hey,
right to you. So yeah,
pot of the
definitely
year.
everyone put together a highlight reel. Some people
Yeah, then I
highlight
want to do
ah,
something fun too. Like I want the like in a dark alley. Who wouldn't you fight? Who would you fight in a dark alley? Bronson Reed, Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre. Like
Jacob
just
Fatu is probably gonna be the most people's answer.
you don't want to fight Jacob in the dark
I'd
alley.
rather fight Bronson Reed because he's British.
Hello, go. He's not British. He's from
He got an accent, like he's from Britain. You know what
from
I'm saying?
no, he's not. He's from
Bronson Reed gotta be
Bronson Reed is not from Italy, man. I mean
he's somewhere over there. He British.
New Zealand, I think. He's from New Zealand or somewhere like that. He's from one of those
Worse.
islands.
That's not like improving that of New Zealand.
I think it's New
Hey,
Zealand. I'm not sure. But yeah, all that
I'd
aside,
rather
Potter
fight
of the year.
him than Chad Gable.
We gotta do Potter of the year, man.
Oh shit, Ellis, what up? What up? We see you in the chat. Bronson Reed is from New Zealand. Why am I? That's like the first hateful comment I've had in a while. It's gonna be a zesty fart. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey,
why? I'm just saying.
it
I
comes
do
with
a
the
lot of. I
territory.
love boxing. Boxing is probably like my first or second love. And British people just aren't, to me, they're not as strong as American fighters. It's not. It's not.
You said Lennox Lewis ain't scared you none.
No. Lennox Lewis
I
is a great.
love Lennox Lewis. I love the way he
Yeah,
worked that jab.
I like how he waited to the end of Mike's career. Like people ain't dumb neither, bro. People ain't dumb. We can say Mike didn't fault nobody. Da 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 da. Okay, Michael Spinks was king of the division below him, and he moved up, which is natural. Mike was never a big heavyweight, so we're not talking about Mike has a crazy weight advantage. It's gonna be insane. No, it's not. But anyway, I just never looked at those guys as super tough. Amir Khan, Kell Brook,
Amir Khan
and
was
Anthony Joshua.
Amir Khan, and they hype. Oh,
Great
hype.
fighter, just no
Remember
chin.
Prince Nassim Hamed?
Yeah. Once he got beat by Antonio, oh
My man
man,
used to put on a
Marco
show. He
Barrera.
used to put on a show before he come to the ring.
But once he got in there with real competition, he got beat.
Got to ring the
And he
bell.
never fought again. He never fought again. He literally go look up his box rec. He never fought again.
That's what I said.
Ever.
That's why I said some wrestlers they fall victim to that too. The entrance, the glamour, the glitz, but you got to wrestle at some point. So
I'm waiting to use that insult on someone. So I feel
I want that though. I'm campaigning.
yeah,
Potter
just
of the year.
a trailer, a video. When we start dropping the categories of blah 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 blah, boom, Potter, motherfuckers. Hey, you better. Hey, some people trailer gonna be like.
I know who it ain't.
Some people trailer gonna be like. Let's say what
I
it
know
is.
who it ain't. I know who it bet not be. Shoot, you shitting me?
Putting cases on all you, but nah.
Shoe program.
All the muscles, but they getting knocked out. Yeah, his chin is weak. A lot of British fighters, it's just like that, bro. It's just like that. Not saying they're not good fighters and shit. I just don't have the same. Depending if I see a level A fighter from Britain versus a level A fighter from America, 9 times out of 10 I put my money on the American.
Mm.
Always. Especially if he a hood like when Errol Spence went over to Britain and beat the shit. Well, he ain't beat the shit out of him, but he broke Kell Brook face. He went into his man backyard and took the title, took the IBF title, and he broke his orbital bone. Easy day. I mean, it wasn't an easy day. Kell Brook put up a hell of a fight, but shout out to Kell Brook.
Shout out to Kel, bro. Is that
He's a great fighter.
Sebel in your glass?
He ain't got no glass jaw, but when it came, I mean, he beat Sean Porter. Sean Porter's a dog. That's how he got his IBF. Wilder will knock Joshua out. I don't know, man. Joshua's a much better boxer. Wilder is not a boxer.
No, he's a
Not.
brawler.
He's a brawler. He's a
I wouldn't
athletic.
even call him a brawler. You don't throw
He's
enough
really
punches
not.
to be a brawler.
He. It's really hard to figure out what he is, but he's a very athletic guy who fights with gloves on.
Who you think he's athletic? Wilder?
Yeah, Wilder's definitely athletic. Wilder's athletic, bro, and he's not he's tougher than you think because they're watching him get the breaks beat off him by Fury that
That
one time.
Tyson Fury fight took, I think it broke him mentally. And once you break somebody mentally, the body gonna fall.
Wilder, and this has been a complaint. A lot of us said this in the gyms. Wilder can't box.
No, he can't. And his footwork is not good at all. He doesn't have good
His
footwork.
footwork, his punch is. There is nothing about him. He damn near telegraphs his punches. However, if you get clipped,
It's
he's
over.
got enough sauce in that right hand to end the match at any moment.
And so
So
that's
he's
why Tyson
very
is Tyson could box and footwork was crazy.
Tyson can box.
His head his head movements was crazy. Wilder is just
Tyson
trying to
can
get
box.
this punch
Tyson,
off.
Tyson can also do a lot of same side punching, which fucks people up. If you ever watch Floyd, he talks about fighters who find a rhythm. When you same side punch, when you come up on this side and then you come back up on the same side, even if you shoulder rolled it, right? Just think about in that era.
That's why
Like,
that
yo, I got
uppercut
you
was so
here.
bad. Tyson uppercut.
Yeah. If I come to the body and I come up on
I
the
think
same
that was in the Jake Paul contract. He couldn't throw the uppercut.
I heard about this contract with the thing. I'm gonna just leave it alone, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just we'll never know.
we
The
went from
motherfucker,
NXT to podcast awards to wrestling to
yeah,
schools.
don't talk boxing with me. Like when you boxing is like I could like me. We're the whole prison universe. There's gonna be a whole section towards boxing. I put one of my son's sparring videos out there one day where he got like benched essentially.
I told you I'm coming. I'm gonna come
I
spar with him one day.
don't know if you want to. You can go
I
check my.
might spar with you. What's up? We got to fight for
You know,
Powder of the Year.
I'm fat and out of shape now. I'm like I got my dad bod on. You know what I mean?
There's nothing wrong with
But
that. Hey,
but
somebody will hunt the dads.
somebody will hunt. There's some on the hunt now. I should have said that. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, well, fuck it. There's no ring. I'm a two-time Money in the Bank loser. We already know how that went.
Going into the new year, man.
Going into the new year, let's talk about those.
We done with NXT?
Yeah, y'all. I think we are done. I mean, we started with the Julia tag with Kalani taking on Cora Jade and Roxanne. Remember Cora Jade and Roxanne got the win. Kalani was pinned by Cora Jade. Stephanie Vicura came back out to clear house and you know um hold on, Vinny. I'm gonna tap in. I used to box and do MMA. Yeah, shout out to the MMA. I might pop up in Tampa for the UFC. What is it like? Whatever they're having in
That
Tampa.
I can't do. I can't do that. I can't take no leg kick, dog.
Yo, you got to be tough.
I can't do
Ramon
that. I
Carr,
can't. That MMA is different. My brother does it. He trains. He goes to Thailand for like 2 months every year to train. He fights. He's had professional fights. I can't do that. You're not kicking my leg. Then kicking me in the face. I'm sorry.
I love boxing. I don't really fuck with MMA like that. I got enough to get a grappling base. Um, it just wasn't my thing, and I used to stand there and get kicked. That's why I'm telling you, like I know
Them
that
leg
shit ain't.
kicks, bro.
And we would just stand there back and forth and throw leg kicks. and that was just like one random. I always love boxing more. I think boxing is more skilled, and people will debate me. However, if you go back to the original UFC 1, 2, Ken
Oh,
Shamrock,
they
Tank
had no
Abbott,
rules.
Gracie, they
They
had no
had no-
rules, but people were stuck in one discipline. Like if you were a jujitsu dude, you were a jujitsu dude to the T. Now people go to MMA gyms and just they do a mixture. They're not good at any one thing,
That's called MMA, mixed martial arts.
right? But you'll be like, okay, what you do? You be like, oh, I do MMA. Okay, well, what's your what is your, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have it. That's why I think wrestlers rule the world. That was a common thing we used to say in the gym, just fucking around. But people who came from a wrestling background, Archie, you good? Archie froze, y'all. Um, Archie froze like the worst moment. He like droopy. It might be my internet's. I don't know when he gonna kick back in. He am I? Damn, I'm looking at the live too. He definitely froze. All right, we're gonna remove him. And then once I see him start moving, then I'm gonna bring him back up. He's still stuck. Oh shit! Now he's black. I mean, he's always black, right? But like, yeah, he started. I started doing MMA when I was 4. Yo, shout out to you, Vinny. Shout out to you. Yeah, he dropped out. He's probably gonna pop back in because I think his internet just got stuck. But yeah, um, I gotta look it up. But Ramon Tavares was my son's like first fight mentor. Like he sparred with him. Before my son's first fight, we had did Lennox Lewis. It's on my channel. You can see the video. I literally wanted to cry. Not because I hate yo, when I used to go to the gym, I don't want to say nothing negative because these are my exes, you know what I'm saying? But like we go into the fight and they used to be freaking out, worried and shit. And I'm like, why the fuck y'all worried? But I didn't realize, like, for one, I started training my son. I trained him for the longest time. And then when I finally once he got to high school, there was a certain level. I think it was his junior year where I was like, all right, I'm gonna take you to a gym because I feel like education should trump everything. And I paid for all his boxing shit because boxing is very expensive. And I say that because there's no boxing. Well, unless you got a special program, there's no boxing in your high school and shit. So when you do amateur boxing, you gotta you gotta travel. Like I'm in the city, I'm in Florida, and I've gone all over Florida and Georgia with to do these fights with my son. And there's nobody paying for your gas. Weigh-ins usually be around 7, maybe 8 o'clock in the morning, but you normally around 7 in the amateurs. So and then you fight by like 10, 11, 12. The fight card usually starts maybe 1. Because unlike pros that weigh in the night before and it's our next day, amateur, it's the morning of your fight. So there's also grace period. Like when you with the USA boxing, there's a grace period too, and a grace amount. Sometimes you can get inside info to a degree, like to ask about like, yo, we want to agree to a weight. You know what I mean? And it's still a grace, but like if we agree to a weight, it's a lot better. Like, yo, you coming at 152, cool. 152, we ain't doing no. You came in at 159 and you like, you know what I'm saying, or 160, because it's a big grace period in amateurs too. Like as far as the weight difference, yeah. So I like to take those fights where we can agree to the weight. And my son fights at 152. He's like 180 something now, but he had that shoulder surgery. So my man started eating those. I can't. I'm not gonna put out no other. Damn, my man ain't pop back in. He gonna pop back in a second. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah. Once the recovery process of that surgery happened, he started wilding. What fighting weight would you be in right now? Oh man, I'd be a heavyweight. I go down a cruiser. I go down a cruiser. Um, it depends on what the time frame of the fight is. So let's say you said we want to take a fight in March or February. Right, my birthday's in February. I'm a Pisces. You say all right, February. Right, I would say like 187. I left high school fully chiseled. I'm a very like even right now, like my whole dad bod, and people go, I can still see like your the rents of a 6 pack. It's crazy. It's like on top of your stomach, but I can also see that you don't have it. Like if you turn sideways. Like you look weird. You look like you're fat, but then you take your shirt off and I can clearly see you're not fat. But yet you are. You're like, what the fuck is going on with you? So yeah, um I stopped lifting. I messed my AC joint up in my shoulder. I did all body resistance, also for the tone of it. I thought about going back to lifting, but lifting moderate. It was a 315-pound bench where I messed my shoulder up. So I don't wanna go back to that because I was always, like I said, I was always a stocky dude. If I put up photos, it'd be like, oh, okay, I can see that. Um, I don't wanna, I don't wanna. But I would also always do dumbbells too. I feel like people who lift off bars, like a bench press and shit, they're not as strong as you think they are. They're preset strong, meaning the weight is preset, it's perfectly balanced. That's why if you're moving, you don't call them type of dudes to help move your house. They always be tripping about fucking the fucking couch. Like, dog, didn't you be in the gym? It's preset weight. You put them on that refrigerator coming up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But people who use like dumbbells and individual weight, the moment you pick up that weight, you're technically starting your workout. You just don't think about it. You don't count it, but your body is already picking up weight and holding it, and then taking it wherever. And then you're like you're stabilizing the weight. Like if you get a tube and you fill it with water and you put it on your shoulders and you walk and you do your I used to call them jack webs, but like you walk, you take a step. Yeah, I could do a lot. You know, y'all know I had a military career. At one point I was a fitness coordinator. So we could talk all that fitness stuff. We could do a lot. Yo, Max, I never got to my max. We were going for max. At that point I was deployed and we were trying to get our maxes. We had what was called the 1,000-pound club. So you had to do it was like three exercises you could pick that had to equal 1,000 pounds, and bench was one of them. So it was like bench, squat, and shit. Was it the dead? I can't even remember. 'Cause it was that long ago, and it was during my bench time. I'm like, shit. I'm looking at the leaderboard, and I got bumped off, and I was like, oh fuck no. So I was like, yo, I gotta get back on. So I need to get to like 325 to get back on. No, 320 to get back on. I was like, all right, cool. It ain't gonna be nothing. And then it was at 315. I messed my shoulder up doing the bench. Like I felt it. It didn't hurt at all, but like I couldn't do anything with this arm, and all the weight started like I'm like, oh shit. And so my spotter kicked in and all that. But that's when I stopped fucking with weight like that. So and that's been almost a decade. So yeah, shout out to anybody who's still doing it. I prefer dumbbells, and body resistance, calisthenics and shit. Like that's why boxing is so great. I do a lot of boxing workouts now, but I was lazy, y'all. Like I do my 1 mile run this morning. Like let me get back into it. Let me start with 1 mile runs. After about a week and a half, we'll just increase a half a mile. So it'll be 1.5 miles, then two, then 2.5, then three, and then on weekend be 5 miles on weekends, and I probably won't run on Sundays to be honest with you. And then every so often, once a month, you got to do more than five. Like just pick a random day, and that'll solidify you where I get a whole weekend off. So like I have like little benefit of rules. I used to do that 1,000 push-ups a day. That was wild. I started at 50 and I had a 25 a day. And if you forgot your push-ups or didn't meet your amount, you have the whole 24 hours to do them. But there's no such thing as a day off. So it sounds easy, but when you start getting to them hundreds and you're like at 525, and tomorrow you got to do 550, then the next you got to do 600, but you're busy, you got to work, you got to do this, you got to do something during your lunch break. Like it was getting to the point where I could do 80, 85 in a sitting, just knock out 85, wait about 10, 15 minutes, and I knock out another 70. Boom. Then I would like, so yeah. We get it. We get it in. I'm slacking on cardio. I just cheat and go in the sauna gang. Yo, I gotta get all my standard stuff back up, bro. Cause I'm older. I'm 42, and I be wilding. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm divorced and I've what I'm saying did my whole what I'm saying. So I be wild. I be like, yo, I eat what the fuck I want. That's one thing when you stop boxing or wrestling too. If you wrestle, you get the weight cuts and shit. Like you tired of sleeping in bags and putting on fucking a thermal, two fucking hoodies, a wave cap, two wave the not this type of wave cap, but the joint, what I'm saying, the little like a robber mash joint, boom, you got that on. Then you got this on. Then you got the fucking man, what? What? You taking baths with Abilene on, you know what I'm saying? Yo, don't think I don't know about all the weight cuts, bro. Don't think I don't know. Man, I used to be chiseled, you know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, it's wild. You could do yeah, it's wild. So shout out to all those who take part in combat sports and or wrestling. I count wrestling too, because even though wrestling might not fall in the same conversation, to me it do. Because wrestlers are the most hurt, injured. They're some of the toughest motherfuckers. So I kind of hate when people they get a bad rap. Like somebody said some shit to me the other day, and I laughed. Like, you watch wrestling? Don't you know wrestling's fake? I was like, oh, didn't you just watch Walking Dead? So you really thought Rick Grimes was out here doing some shit? Like, you stupid motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I watch for the athleticism. I watch for the stories. I watch for, you know what I'm saying, the story they tell in the ring. It's fucking art. You know what I mean? Like, and then I don't give a fuck who knows what before the match. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? So just like when you watch The Walking Dead, I don't know what the fuck gonna happen. Or you watch From, I don't even know why. Watch From. Go ahead and watch season one. Hall Priest Universe. We were going back to season one. We recap. We just dropped a season one, episode one recap. This Sunday we'll be dropping episode two. We'll continue doing so. Also, we'll be doing a From versus. I'm not gonna say the show that we're gonna go up against, but it'll be a comparative analysis. Also, go ahead to any music platform, Spotify, Apple, Google Play, whatever, and go ahead and get that Good Karma. That is the Archie Carter's album. It is out now on all music platforms streaming. So go ahead and get that. You know what I'm saying? Show your support. There's plenty of ways to show support without putting the money up. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention. Support is free. That's my saying. So, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But that's it. Like, and oh, he's finally back. I was like, yo, I was like, dog, hey, he ain't coming back. Ah, my man went and got the Michael Jackson tee. Michael made them joints famous, boy. Them V-necks.
Yeah.
Michael made them joints. Michael ain't
You
even
know
have a.
Michael Jackson had an obsession with Kentucky Fried Chicken? He would eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm serious.
No, I've never even heard that.
Yeah. That was
I've
his
never even
jam.
heard that.
That was his jam. Jam.
Yo, Michael, is he still the greatest artist that ever
Mm.
lived? Or do you have someone else in that spot?
Greatest artist to ever live. That's a broad
It's a
thing.
broad because people can make the Prince argument, playing it on instruments. It's
Michael
fine too.
Jackson is the music. I think what Hulk Hogan was the wrestler. For his time, what he did, his impact, never seen nothing really like it. Like that was Hulk Hogan. But then
That's
after
a
Hulk
that's a that's a
Hogan, you
hard
had
statement.
what? You had your Austins, your Rocks, your Takers. So yeah, but and
It's a hard statement.
that would be your, your Beyonces and your Taylor
If you
Swifts.
say that, then I'll raise you that Prince is Macho Man Randy Savage
Ooh,
because Macho
yeah.
Man was a perfectionist, and he didn't just work with anybody, and he wanted the match to be like he did. You? I didn't know what WrestleMania was it. Before Macho Man went to WCW, he picked Shawn Michaels to work with. But the company's like, nah, you're getting old. Like, we want to go with younger talent. He's like, yo, this dude is that
Bro,
dude.
the end of Macho
And
Man career should have went a lot differently.
yeah, 100%. 100%.
Be a man. He made an album. This and Hulk Hogan. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Macho Man gets slept on because he didn't have, and this is why I think the numbers get fucked up. People are like Randy Orton 14 times, John Cena 16 times, Ric Flair, they throw him in there and shit. Um, Back in that day, he didn't leave the company either. So he came from where he came from, and then he get to WWE, and he stayed for the longest time till he went to WCW. He only has two WWE championship runs.
WCW, where the big boys play.
I look at
Bro,
that and
Razor
I
Ramon is the greatest wrestling character of all time, bro. Like, that's hard. Razor Ramon, bro. Scott
My
Hall.
bad, Vinny. I had to get that stray out.
What
They
happened?
always catch a stray. You talk about laugh out loud, flare strays. Like
Yeah, he ain't Ric Flair. Ric Flair gonna slap the shit out of him when you
I
see it.
love Ric Flair. I hate
No.
how they
Mm-mm.
push Ric Flair and shit on all these wrestlers that have fucking died, loving the business, giving their body for the fucking business. If I hear them start saying Dusty Rhodes is an 8-time world champion, I have no problem with Ric Flair 16.
I think Ric Flair got one match in him left, and he's saving it for you. He gonna beat your ass.
Brent, come on.
HP and Ric
Yo,
Flair in
you
the
seen
street.
the battle.
Are you tapping
You
out to
seen
the
the
figure
battle.
four?
You
Is the
seen the
question. Are you tapping out to the figure four?
I ain't gonna lie, man. That shit hurt.
With your hip?
If Ric Flair put me in the figure four, I'll be honored and hurting.
That's
But
like
Ric
when
Flair, I
that's like the
suffered
legends. Who
Tourette
was that
syndrome,
came
bro.
and they beat up Dean Ambrose and he was laying in the ring smiling?
Yo, Vinny, we can't put fuck Ric Flair as my hashtag. I don't think fuck Ric Flair. That is a bold statement. Let me clear this up. I don't fucking hate Ric Flair at all. I just hate how if we say 16 times for Flair, then we
Charlotte,
should count.
North Carolina is always in the building on this podcast. No Ric Flair slander will be allowed. This is Flair country. Woo!
Let's just say clit, bro.
Hey,
And it's got a heart. I love clit.
I do, actually. I do.
I do too.
Well, at least we can agree on loving Charlotte, CLT. We love Charlotte. Oh, we have officially entered the happy hour. That's what we need to call the last 20 minutes of this show,
Yeah,
happy hour.
the happy hour. This is my favorite part. I see the numbers. Sometimes they go down. I get it. Y'all.
It
I
always
get it.
takes a weird turn toward the end. It's the happy hour.
Once, listen,
Hey, when we get our situation straight, we need to take the happy hour over to Patreon or somewhere else.
yo, all Priest Universe gonna start being open for happy hour. That's what we should just
Go over
take it
the
over. Once it's like completely off of wrestling,
go to Hall Preview.
go to Hall Breezy, and that's how it's gonna be. Like
Hashtag I love CLT. Oh, that's how we
that's
gonna
the
end
goal.
it. That's how we end it.
I got one of these to
I got
promote.
my little
I can't
sparkling
show
water.
it. I can't show it because they don't want the brand promotion. Let me see where the signature is.
Oh, I see it.
Did you
I
see
can
that
read.
signature? There's two signatures on there
Ric
to
Flair.
cover it.
Love Ric
No,
Flair.
it ain't Ric Flair. It ain't Ric Flair. But
Richard Flair.
I'm not. Yo, I got stories, bro. My homeboy was just laughing. We was talking about basements and how I grew up in a house with a basement, my grandparents' house, and in Jersey or whatever. But my grandma passed away in the house, and my great grandma passed away in the house, and who knows who else passed away in the house. Like if my grandfather could have had his way, he would have passed away in the house, but unfortunately or fortunately, whatever, he couldn't. But we were talking about that shit. Like, ain't nothing scarier than an East Coast basement, bro. I'll never forget because the way our basement was when you walk in our house from our side door. Because let me know if black households had this. We had a front door that nobody was allowed to use. We had to walk to the side door. That shit was for like guests,
We had
bill
like dishes and
collectors.
shit we couldn't use.
Oh, that was
Towels.
mother. We had rooms we weren't allowed to sit in.
You ever walked in on your parents doing it?
No, I didn't have that. Like I had grandparents. I wasn't. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? My dad died a long time ago, and then my mom was in and out the picture. So I didn't have that. My mom didn't have no teeth, bro. My
Hey,
mom had
I'm
none of them.
not.
None of
Listen
her
here,
32
man.
were present or accounted
HP
for.
has told. We always talk about the year end wrap up. HP has told some incredible stories on this podcast. I think I might do my top 3 story time with Jerry awards. Storyteller of the year, hands down. I mean, you ain't even gotta have that
God,
category. Storyteller of the year is King HP. I don't know if I want to tell you
I might make that a
your
category and
stand-up
sneak it in.
routine act story, your Special Olympics story,
I can't even use that word, the R word.
your mom's story when the police came and she had no teeth and you set the house on fire story.
I didn't set the house on fire, bro. I just called the ambulance to let them know my mom died. But she wasn't dead. You know what I'm saying? She just was dead asleep. You know what I'm saying? She was dead asleep. But she wasn't dead.
I actually got to be a part of 2 of the stories. New Jersey's a story, and the infamous catfish story. So, trigger warning.
I gotta talk to you offline about that one.
No, you
They
don't.
could be watching. They don't even know they're the catfish.
Hey,
But if
even
I get
better.
too specific, they'll know.
Don't. But I say that to say this. I have a good
That
time
shit was
doing.
fucked up.
I
We
have
were
a good
live.
time doing this, man, and my V is getting deeper and deeper. What the hell is happening? I'm gonna look like Jeff Jarrett in a minute.
You know what was crazy? We were live when I got catfished.
That's
Bev
how I
was
said I was
sitting
a
there.
part of
Archie
the
was like,
story. I was a part of that.
Archie was like, y'all don't even know I was getting catfished. I was in a hotel. If you can, yo,
Jerry, I'm not making this racial, but this is gonna be real racial. You a black man. Contrary to popular belief, I'm a black man too. One thing I do know, when a black man do this, there's something going on. That is a signal for help. Jerry was signaling for help.
I was in a hotel room.
Don't.
In the hotel room.
We'll save it for the end of the year.
Yeah. Bet.
I saw that. This
someone's
needs
gonna
help.
go back through the chat. I might even have to put, if someone can name the episode that I got catfished on, I might. Matter of fact, I'll do that. I have a specific gift I will send to you. You don't pay for no shipping. We don't do that. I send everything to you. I just need your info. But if you can put the episode I got catfish on and you are correct, I will send you a special.
Who was it? Vinny, Devon, and was it Kevin? Vinny, Devon, and Kenneth.
I gotta watch that. Rewatch the episode.
That's last episode. I said if Cena headlines WrestleMania, I'm gonna send y'all packages. So
yes. So we haven't forgotten. We just gonna keep it. As a matter of fact, I need to put that as a tag.
We keep our word around here. So, but yeah, it's always a good time, man. I told you Tuesday nights is my favorite nights to talk wrestling. I don't know why. I guess it's going into the middle of the week. We're almost at the end of the week.
I don't want to go to work tomorrow.
Oh, you need to go to work. Somebody gonna. When you ain't there, it's issues.
Bro, I can't get into it.
Then they should have made you sign an NDA.
Because like people from my job just started. August Alsina wasn't it? What you mean? Whoa, hold on, what I missed? The R&B nigga corner Archie in the party. Like,
listen,
I know what you talking about now. Okay,
it wasn't August Alsina. It was oddly enough, it was an R&B singer signed to Bad Boy, and I ain't saying nothing else about it.
12. You have a new applicant. What the fuck?
But I think that's it, folks.
You know what I started looking at? Am I wrong for this? I started looking at housekeepers and shit.
Why? You don't need a housekeeper. You don't.
But I feel like,
especially I know fine one. What kind of wife can be a bad chick sweeping? You need mama.
You have a story I think might get me in trouble. I ain't gonna say nothing, so I'm gonna keep that one off.
Jerry, after shit you said, you don't have to say.
You got somebody fired for this. I know that bitch got fired.
Whoa. All right. It's time for us to get up here. It's time for us to get up
where I was at.
Look, man.
I forgot where I was at.
I hope this week is good to you and good for you.
No, we good.
Eating candy, and I shouldn't be because I know somebody hates that. But
Yeah, they say you shouldn't eat on air, bro. They say they go right for you, bro. They go
I
right
ate
for
one
you.
time. It became a big deal.
Yo, he left like 2 comments. He wrote a comment and wrote so much. I guess he didn't have enough characters to come back to put some more shit in there.
And bro, if you got a crush on me, just say it. You know I like big meaty men slapping meat, so it might be a shot for you. I don't know. Just say it.
No, no, bro, no. That's never gonna be okay, bro. Like if that's you, do you? But
Pause.
you know it's
Nah, but
wild. We got to figure out this award show thing. Are you trying to go in person?
you know I'm Mr. Turnaround Flight. So
I'm debating because they come to Jacksonville on the 26th, the WWE, which is a Thursday. So it's like, oh, okay,
it's the same weekend. We talking about doing the what?
yeah, but exactly. So I'm like, I
I
could take
thought
the
about
girls in.
actually it being easier for me to come to Florida. Then I'm with you while the New York crew is in New York, and then we do it that way. But I don't know.
Oh, Nuttown boy, I see you on here, bro. I see you.
So
See you on here. I see you on Instagram. But yeah, we could try that. Dress up. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna dress up. I might still have the wave cap. I don't know,
Jeff, you wear a wave cap and a tuxedo.
bro. I put a wave cap on. I was mad because remember the night before we had Tay Rock on, and
You had a wave cap on in your video with Harold and Morris.
because I didn't cut my hair or nothing, so I was like, fuck, because I was supposed to do it, but I was tired after that one pod, and then I had to leave early in the morning to take. Well, first I had to handle some kid business here, then I had to leave, and it was like a 2 hour and some change drive. So it was either do it. That's why I was like, I don't even think I'm gonna go. But actually, because I told D I was going to go, it kind of made me feel like a type of way because I feel like as a man, you know what I'm saying? If you say you're gonna do it, regardless. You know what I'm saying? Fellas, what's good? I know this is extremely random, but I have having this talk right now. What's the better album? Watch the Throne or What a Time to Be? Who's What a Time to Be Alive? I'm gonna tell you right now, it's already Watch the Throne.
That's Drake and Future.
It's definitely Watch the Throne. That
Yeah.
Drake and Future album is trash. I don't even think I made it
It
through
had
it.
What a Time to Be on there, had Jumpman on there, Big Rings was on there.
I remember. That's why now I remember. But yeah, I'm gonna say Watch the Throne. Watch the Throne actually has some classic joints on there, and that's another thing.
Hey, No Church in
The
the
way
Wild
music,
alone is a no.
Church in a While. What's a king to a god?
Yeah.
What's a god to a king? What's a god to a non-believer
Who
who doesn't
don't
believe
believe
in
anything. Yeah,
anything?
why Jay and Ye is a hard out for a lot of people. Not many artists that could stand
We,
in that
when you
them.
talk about dope tag teams, rap. Because I mean, we're a battle rap podcast too, a hip hop podcast. So we're gonna talk about that too. Um, Jay and Kanye are probably one of the best duos to ever do it.
I'm taking Kiss and Styles.
I'm even putting them over Outkast.
I'm taking
But
Kiss
yet
and
I'm not
Styles.
putting them over Outkast because Outkast has a larger catalog, a more classic catalog. So who?
But
Now
ATL
if
is my favorite rap album ever. So
it's up there for a lot of people. It's not up there for me like that, but it's close. Southern playlistic Cadillac me like, and I'm not a Southern dude, but I have to give them their props and what they've done.
you eat gizzards.
But
We've adopted you.
when you talk
You
about
eat
body
gizzards at
of work,
Waffle House. It's no more southern than that. And if the Waffle House sold gizzards, guess what? You be eating gizzards and waffles.
you know where I went for lunch today? Waffle House. You know where I'm about to go after this live is over? Waffle House. Because you said it. It needs fuck. I don't want to do that. It's Taco Tuesday. This is the first Taco Tuesday in freaking weeks. I didn't get a taco. Like
And
I
it's
why you turn
almost
the lights off?
huh?
We all know you light skin, bro, but damn.
I was trying to see what time it was. You talking about going to get tacos? I forgot you in Florida. And tacos falling out the sky. Um, yeah, I got kissing styles over a lot of people. Some people say Ray and Ghost, but yeah, yeah. And so,
Best
who asked that
duos,
question? And what is your pick for that album?
Polo,
Well,
Polo.
what's your
As
pick,
far as
Polo?
duos, Mob Deep to me is up there. Sometimes I gotta get away. Fuck it.
Doo-doo-doo.
Shook Ones. Meth and Red. I'm never gonna get the credit they deserve, but whatever. That's
I
cool.
think it was only a moment. It's just that the moment was just good. Cause when the
UGK
Rock
is
Wilder
definitely up
come
there.
on, oh my god, oh
But you
my
know what?
god,
You know what did it? Because they were solo artists in the '90s,
microphone
mid
checker,
'90s. Let's go back to
banging soul
'93.
lecture, better one that, yeah. Boy, hot, about to blow my lid from the pressure. Too hot for cheesy, for
Right.
cheesy. Too
TV.
many want to be hobby.
Believe me.
Yeah,
What else?
Red and Meth work
Want
good
to be
together.
hot but cheesy. It's all in together. Want to throw out together, but take one. Believe me. Still, Holmes is never satisfied by the chrome.
Cal,
Yeah,
put your
it
lights
goes.
out.
It goes. It
Took the
goes.
time for some
But
action.
Method Red's "How High" was almost super, super, super classic. Excuse
So
me as I
high.
kiss the sky. Like not the movie, but what they did at that time. Two mega. At that time, they were mega artists.
I was
Um,
having this
but they were
debate the
mega.
other day in a group on Facebook, and it was talking about um Eminem
Best
being
duo is
overrated, and dude was like, "Well, if Eminem was black, you wouldn't be saying that." So I left a comment and said, "If Eminem was black, he would be Redman." And
yeah,
the dude was
or Busta
like, "I
Rhymes.
agree."
The
He said,
later version because he started
"Redman,
rapping fast.
Eminem is Redman is like one of Eminem's favorite rappers, and a lot of that
Yeah,
stuff is Redman."
it's
So,
Redman. Yeah.
and
Muddy
Project
Waters,
Pat, I
There Is
believe,
a Dark Side to What the album, How to Roll a Blunt, How to Roll a Blunt. Like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah, Redman
you
was
gonna name
doing
a
talking
Jersey
a lot
rapper
of
that?
that talk before Eminem made it a thing, but of course, we know what
Yo,
that was.
Vinny, if Redman was your first favorite rapper, bro, let's talk.
You talking about
But
Muddy Waters,
Muddy Waters is a super classic.
Superman Lover?
Um,
Wow.
but I got the right dick to live with. Where your man at? He had a time rolling biscuits. We'll
Yeah,
open up the door then.
Redman.
I got yo, I
Reggie Noble,
but
man. Shout
who's
out to Reggie. Reggie Noble. Redman don't get the credit he deserves.
no, absolutely, and he never will. Kendrick got M in him too. Yes, I agree with that. There's a lot of M in a lot of people, or a lot of people with a lot of M in them. Either or. Pause. Eminem, he's a top 10 to me, and he'll never get in the top so and such because reverence has to come into play. When you talk about a Big Daddy Kane or a KRS-One, so you talk about a super pioneer,
You
motherfucker
can't
who made
compare them though, because though they might have had more of an impact, the stats, Eminem stats alone, well, people won't even have well, they won't even have a conversation because Rakim changed
Eminem
hip.
stats leave hip hop though. They're not hip hop. It's like this is where the white kid in suburban music that doesn't listen to rap but likes Eminem comes into
They'll
play.
rap
He
though,
dyed their hair blonde when he
because
came out in '98.
the most important rapper of all time is LL Cool J. Like, let's not even get
I'll
that.
debate you on that, but it's not a bad pick.
He's
It's
the
not a bad.
first to do a lot of stuff. He's the first Def Jam signing. He saved Def Jam.
But you're gonna put him okay, fuck it. Cool. So he goes over KRS One?
He's the most important. Yeah, absolutely. LL Stats, bro. He's the first rapper to Def Jam. First one to win a Grammy,
Not
I believe.
arguing. I'm just mentally debating on my own
His
because
stats
that
are his stats are
even though
crazy.
he's done it first, so it's funny, guys. Y'all listen to this. This is the guy who doesn't do numbers. He doesn't do numbers, and the first thing he said to me is stats. You
No,
tell now
I
I'm
ain't say
sitting here
I ain't
looking
say
for my eye
record
test.
sales. I said
I'm sitting here
stats.
doing an Archie Carter, and he's sitting here doing a King
No,
HP.
I
He
said I
telling
didn't
me
say
about stats,
I
and
ain't
I'm
say
trying to look at
record
eye
sales.
test.
I said stats. He LL saved Def
What
Jam.
kind of stats you looking at?
He saved Def
Concert
Jam.
sales,
Without
tickets,
Def Jam, you don't
venues.
have anything after LL Cool J.
LL is a super pioneer, 100%. Radio. This motherfucker made the dumbest song in history. Pink cookies in a. He'll even tell you I was high. I don't even know what the fuck I was talking
Getting
about.
crushed by buildings.
Getting
Rakim
crushed by
changed
Bill.
hip hop. LL
LL is
took
a
that
top
shit.
10.
Took that shit. I
If
just
you
said
put
I
him
ain't
in your
saying it's the
top five,
best. I'm just saying most
who?
important. Kind of like my Hulk Hogan thing. Hulk Hogan might be the most important wrestler
So
of
do you
all
have a
time.
top 10 for hip hop? I would like to hear it.
My top 10, nobody gonna really like. It's a weird top 10. So
Fuck it.
what we talking about?
NXT.
We talking about no, we been stop talking about NXT.
No, your top 10.
Mm, my
Not what
top.
you think it should be. Just like what you when you go to your playlist, you be like, look, this is my top 10. Based on
But
what I
I
like
listen
to
to a
hear.
lot of stuff people might not think I would listen to. That's the thing. I be in my mood. So, but
I can feel that.
top 10.
I ain't been drinking no water. I'm tripping.
Yeah, you need some water. Top 10 rappers. That's a good question because it changed so much.
It changes a lot. Mine does all the time. I can tell you the greatest rapper I ever heard, and most people will 100% disagree.
I think a part of it
But I
is
have to say
regency bias
it is
too.
region based. It is region based. But my the I could take this version of him and put him against most rappers and argue it. But it has to be a specific time frame because outside of that time frame,
That's I
he's
feel like you about to
incredible.
say something crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is. 1998 Cannabis is probably
All
one of the
right,
greatest.
time to get up off of this chat.
What? Okay, hold on, hold on. Let me just speak my piece. Remember, I'm sitting here. If you see my phone,
What they
you
say on the
see.
internet right now? We listen and we don't judge.
Okay, cool, 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 cool. I speak of this. Listen. I speak of frequency. Dogs will have trouble hearing. Cannabis is the lyrical version of German engineering. Raw metaphors keep you high for months. Fly around the earth twice without refueling once. Ain't too many categories I can fit in when it comes to spitting because I'm overqualified for the position. The laser guided lyrical hybrid, creating scripts so sick I got an armrest on my pen to write it. Don't get excited. Because if I ever catch one of you wannabes biting, we're gonna be fist fighting. So motherfucker, what you want? I got a shotgun pump. You feel like a frog, nigga, then jump. I possess the lyrical ammo to battle and rip any one of you warm-blooded mammals to shambles. I make examples of you and eat a mouthful. Like the whole
You
like,
see that
holy
mic
shit,
on my
this is a
arm? You
breakdown.
don't want to borrow that. You want to idolize. Huh? Who? The most important rapper of all time.
And he still got smoked. Second round knockout.
James Ty
Even
Smith.
even that whole album, lyrically, it's bar none. But
Eat,
when you listen to it for an
eat,
album perspective,
eat, eat, eat. MC.
on that same album is I make a bitch cruise shit stools. I pull a pistol in your mouth and pull, then I
I
pinch you
got
to
Jay in
big
my
pull.
top 10. He's probably somewhere around 10.
Okay,
Um,
not mad.
I love Kanye. I love Kanye.
Not a bad pick.
I listen to a lot of Pusha T. Pusha T,
That's a bad pick, brother.
hey, I'm
It's a
telling
good
you.
personal pick. But if
I
you're
like
like
Jay
going,
Electronica.
hold on,
Jay Electronica to me is like the best rapper on the planet. Again, that's a
fucking bugging.
recency bias.
You're fucking bugging. I'm not gonna knock that he's a good rapper. However, comma, when you say he's the best,
But Jay Electronica got
even if that's your personal preference, it's like cannabis is mine. But a specific region of time for him. Only that 97 into 98
Jay
time. That's
Electronica is
it.
timeless. And ain't nobody else got an album with Jay-Z but Ye.
What do you hear about this top 10? Jadakiss, Andre 3000, Kendrick, Fabulous, DJ Quick.
I don't think your Wi-Fi like that top 10 because you froze. That boy froze. Crazy. He gonna pop back in, looking like a bear just woke up from hibernation.
We're back.
Yeah, all I heard was DJ Quick.
You can't put DJ Quick in there. However, people do. If they're West Coast bias, I'm not mad
I'm
at
not
it
a
because
big
DJ
bap
Quick is doing
dude.
that.
I'm a rap singer. I exercise one muscle, the trigger finger.
There's certain
Yeah, you
people
know,
that
DJ
people will put in
Quick.
there. There's certain people that people put in there where it's a personal preference
He part of
based
the
on their
fixes
biases, and I'm
too.
not
I
mad
could
at it.
work with that. Can you work with that? I could
Like
work.
if someone said Mac Dre and it came from Oakland or somewhere in that region, I feel him. Castillo, what up? What up? What up? We almost having a hip hop talk now. Like we done been left
Yeah,
NXT.
we've been love
Like
NXT. We love
yeah,
NXT
NXT. We done
45
covered
minutes ago.
NXT. We done covered some other shit, and then we done moved into hip hop conversation. So if we ain't got hip hop conversation, we're talking about top tens and the regional. Because Archie, where you from? From the
New
Carolinas,
Orleans.
or you're from?
I'm born in New Orleans, and most of my adult life was in the Carolinas.
Okay, so I was born and raised in Jersey. 18, I leave. I go to California for 8 years. Then I come to the South. I come here to Florida.
And see, my
So
favorite genre of music, like hip hop, is that Texas Louisiana sound, like UGK,
yeah, I
that
can feel
Swisher
you.
House, Rap a Lot, Webby Boosie. That sound, I love that sound of hip hop. But I listen to like when I listen to, like I listen to a lot of Wale when I get in that bag.
Okay.
I used to listen to a lot of Cole, not so much on Cole these days. A
Hmm.
lot of Webby. Then I'm in my Pimp C bag, but then that leads me to the 8 Ball MJG bag. 2 Chainz, surprisingly, I'm real high
Okay.
on.
Titty Boy is not going in there.
I'm high on 2 Chainz. He got some of my favorite verses ever. So,
What verse? What verse could that be?
you gotta listen to. I think it's not Pilot. The Pilot Talk 3. He got a song with Currency. I think it's Capital. That's one of my favorite 2 Chainz
You
verses.
know,
And Feds
I
Watching. I
look at
don't know
Two
if I like
Chains.
Feds Watching is one of my favorite hip hop songs. I don't know if it's because of 2 Chainz or
Oh,
Pharrell.
oh, oh, oh.
That shit is
It's a fire song,
that song is, and the
but
way he rap on it,
yeah, but when it's lyrical content, I'm like, yo, Two Chains ain't in my top 100.
Chains be spitting, dog.
No, no,
Oh,
no.
oh, oh, oh.
I'm
Yeah,
not
2
giving him
Chainz.
credit for great. Now he does make good music, but when I talk about the lyrical content, I want to hear substance. I want to hear metaphors. I want to hear difficulty in rhyme rate,
What
meaning
Jay-Z
like
said, just because you understand him don't mean that he bright. It just means you don't understand the bullshit that he writes. Come on, man. Is it Black Girl Lost or is it Shorty for or you for Ice? I've been real all my life. Y'all confused it with Conceit. Come on, man. See, you like the liberal, you like Royce the 5'9" and all them niggas.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Royce is fire though. Royce is an alien.
Royce is fire, Crooked Eye is fire. That whole slaughterhouse
Sci High to
slash
Friends. Oh, Joe Button, bro. That Mood
yeah,
Music series is one of the best series in hip hop. Mood Music 2, I believe, or 3 is
yo,
like
it's crazy.
All Love Lost, No Love Lost. Yeah, Joe
Crazy.
Button.
That whole
Joe Button don't
slaughterhouse
get
camp,
Joel.
Joel Ortiz.
Yeah. Slaughterhouse. That's too much rapidy rap for me though. Like
It is, but I love it. When I hear that, it makes me. I want to be able to press rewind. I don't give a fuck about beats. When I start hearing niggas and they talk about 2 Chains, and I'm like, okay, where's the bars in it? And it really
Shane
comes down to the
I
beat.
think that Play a Circle album, Supply and Demand, was really good. And I feel about that how I feel about the Young Guns Tough Love album. Very slept on album.
When
So
I consider Tech Nine lyrical, yes, but he's not foreign. He's not going to be my top lyricist.
Tech Nine's lyrical. Who said that?
All I was asking, would I
Now I
consider
like
him lyrical?
Nina. I ain't sleeping on Nina. But
He can. He's
a
not
lot
my. See, here's
of
the thing. This is where that regional bias comes into play. Someone from his area might put him higher than me because I can hear him and I go, okay. but then I hear the
Yeah,
music. I'm
he
like,
from
man, this
Kansas
something.
City. You don't think Midwest when you hear Tech Nine, do you?
I don't think when I think Midwest, I'm looking at Kanye as a leader by far. Him and Common
Kanye, Twister,
and Twister.
Common, Do or
Like
Die.
people sleep on Twister because they can't understand him. One of my favorite songs is on Kamikaze.
No, you can
Like
understand everything Twister
Heartbeat.
said. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. Heartbeat is one of my favorite
Do or Die.
fucking
Do you
songs.
wanna ride in the backseat of my
In the
car?
backseat of a caddy with a drop top, but do you?
Do or Die, man. Come on, man.
Yo,
The album
that's
and
gonna be hard for me to go to
album and
sleep
it was
talking about
the
this shit.
album and it looked like a penny. Yeah, Do or Die, man.
Remember Rankin Lupe at the back of the bus?
Do or Die in Camp Low. Lucchini? This is it, huh? Lucchini
What?
falling out the
Jesus
sky.
falling out the sky. Let's get rich. What?
Yeah, Camp Low. Shout out to Sonny Chiba. I did a show and Sonny Chiba came to my show. That was crazy.
Twister or Bone Thugs you're never gonna get a solid answer on that because if you like to harmonize,
Now
I'm gonna always
Bone
pick Bone.
Thugs, they said that's mumble
But
rap.
if I want to hear bars within the rap, it's gonna go to Twister. Twister's a better rapper than them as far as putting bars together and
Bone was
shit.
different, but
Music makers is Bone
Twister,
Thugs.
when Twister came on there, then he said Kanye was like, I can't do it that fast, but I know somebody who can. Slow jams, Twister killed that.
Twister killed it. When Twister got a chance to revitalize himself, he took it. Like I just told you, one of my favorite songs is Heartbeat on Twister. I think it's on Kamikaze. I could pull it up real quick easily because some
You
of
know
his
what
other shit.
came on the other day on the radio and I about lost my mind? Never Scared by Bone Crusher.
Bro, I seen this man talking some wild shit the other day.
I forgot how hard that might be the hardest song to come out of Atlanta in that club scene.
No,
We talking
no,
about no, I
no.
know. We talking about Pastor Troy. We talking about Nuck If You Buck, Crime Mob. We talking about Trillville, but Never Scared.
No, and you didn't name my group, thank God. Oh my God. What's the group name? Hold on.
What you talking about? What's the song? Don't say Swag Surf.
I could play a portion of it.
Cause Pastor Troy, but Never Scared. Just that beat in his voice. Boom, 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 boom,
I'll
boom.
put up the song.
Attention.
That was wild. I ain't gonna hold you.
I
That
told
was
that
some shit.
motherfucker, I ain't never scared. What? I ain't never scared. What?
And this is the song I will always think trumps that.
We can't hear. I can't hear you. Oh damn! Nah,
What? When
never
that
scared,
beat drops, they
bro.
calling me
To
back to the
come
streets.
back
They
to the
yo,
street is Sean P, aka a Sharp
AKA a
Crease.
Shaw
This is
Priest,
necessary. Yeah, but even Ti got some stuff.
sucking niggas out here.
But I'm gonna tell you, Young Bloods was
What?
hard. Young
That
Bloods
motherfuckers had the clubs done.
never scared though.
I don't know. It's close.
I'm
Cause
outside
never
of the
scared went hard.
club, and you
I'm
think I'm a
outside.
pro. It's just the. I told that
That's a
I
close one. I feel like, yo,
I want to
check this
fight
out.
right now. Damn, make you want
We
to
might have
dance
to get
and do that
DNA.
little,
See,
that little,
this
that
is
little
where we need.
dance.
This is where we need all them other motherfuckers to come on because these hip hop conversations are about to get crazy. And I feel like at our award shows, we should be like, Attitude Era Pod, I don't know, whatever. But like, let's get this with the Potters. What's our
Cause
top
you from
five?
Jersey,
What's our
right?
top 10?
This is where your
Huh?
Regency bias comes in. Who's the best rapper to come out of Jersey?
Recency bias comes into play. For me, it's Sue Surf. Not because he battles. I love Sue Surf music.
Do
I
you know who's
literally
from New Jersey?
motherfucker, Redman, like, bro, we can
Redman,
go.
Tretch, Joe Button, Lauryn Hill.
Yeah. I don't count Lauryn Hill as a rapper because people think of the
You picked
miseducation, but
Tsunami
that's her
Surf
singing.
as the
She didn't
best
rap on that
rapper to
album.
come out of New Jersey.
When she was rapping on the Fugees, nobody gave a fuck.
Even you, Lyrical Miracle, because she was using words I didn't even know. I didn't know what
Well, I ain't gonna hold
reciprocity
you.
was.
But remember, this is my biasness. I actually love Surf's music.
Call from LA is one of my favorite surf songs. That Call from LA is crazy.
Ah. I got a whole Sue Surf playlist, bro.
Free to Wave, man. Shout out to Tay Rock for popping up a couple pods ago.
You gotta see where it's in there. I'm actually trying to see it. See it? Sue Surf playlist, and we're gonna click it.
Pick up the phone
Sue
when I
Surf
call from
joints.
LA.
I got a
Yeah.
whole playlist. Like,
You ask me, I'm gonna say the best rapper out of North Carolina is Fonte. I know people love J.
so
Cole.
okay, Redman will always trump. But if you're asking me personally, it's Sue Surf. Like
First,
I'm addicted to the surf music.
ain't no wrong with that. I'm going with
Yes,
Fonte
but
for
I can.
North Carolina, and I gotta go Lil Wayne for Louisiana. Just best
Okay,
rapper.
and there's nothing wrong with that choice. Louisiana got some motherfuckers. Petey Pablo, North Carolina, come on and raise up with your shirt off. Diary of a Sinner is a dope album title.
It was a dope
Like,
album too, because that second single,
yeah, it was a dope album. I ain't gonna hold you.
Timberland, yeah.
Diary of a Sinner is.
Chapter
I'm
one,
working on the album now, and it's so slow because finding. Remember how I talked to you and you was like, you like to have one per,
one producer, one engineer, yeah.
yeah, one sound. I didn't think of it like that because I like to have multiple sounds. So I'm like, oh, but now it's funny because I'm like, I kind of want to funnel this to where it's one sound.
Yeah.
But I
I do
also,
that
there's another
because
part
it's
of me.
easier to keep up with who produced what, and it's easier to make it cohesive. Like, okay, I work with the producer, or I produce something, I know it sounds the same. But yeah, my next project,
Another
I'm
part of
already
me is
working
saying
on.
no. I want different sounds because there's so the album is,
Well, you need a producer that can give you every sound you need.
and that's where I'm falling very short, bro.
Hey, I just laced up
Very
my.
short.
I got a country album done. I got a rock
Nigga
album
said
that's
country
done,
album.
and I got an album I'm working on now.
You mean to maybe go to Taco Bell?
Bro, country is like my favorite genre of music. I ain't gonna hold you.
I have not Polo. I have not. I have not heard of La Russell.
Oh, La Russell?
There's so many artists I don't even try to hear it because again, me working on the album, I don't want to hear too much music.
I
I
got a
want to
track on Good Karma, number 3 is called La Russell, and it's about La Russell. So yeah, I
Archie, I
woke
might
up.
have to take you up on what you put in the chat.
What I put in the chat? Oh yeah. I got a whole folder. I'm gonna just send out with the beats.
I might have to do that.
Yeah, I
I was thinking
knocked it.
I meant to hit you back, but as I was digging in the crates at work, we're looking at palette racking right now.
Oh nah, yeah, La Russell's dope. I got a song. Yeah, man, Polo, check out my project. It's called Good Karma. Number 3 on there is called La Russell, and it's about
Vinny,
La
why you
Russell.
ask if you drive a F-150, bro? You want to know if Archie drives a
It
F-150?
ain't my tractor sexy. But country got some slaps. I'm in North Carolina. I like NASCAR. I like
No, you know
country.
who I miss? Who went underrated from the Midwest? Ray Cash. Y'all remember Ray Cash was like
I'm a
bumping
pimp
my
in my
music.
own. Get mine. I'm a pimp. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
I bumping
I
mine.
had
I
that
asked
album
Vinny
too. I
about that.
was
He
like,
from Ohio. I asked Vinny about that. He said he didn't know.
I fucks with him.
I know he know
One of
about
my favorites.
Stolly though. Yeah.
Nah,
Long
I'm not
beard. You could
familiar.
tell I ain't from around here. Stolly.
Ray Cash. Yeah, one of my favorite albums that I like to listen to. One is Ray Cash. Um, Another one that people forget about I like to go to 1994. Right. Like if they invent time machines, they take ten
What's an
thousand dollars.
album that you listen to that you don't think enough people gave a shot? That they would be
Illin' Out
surprised
Scratch.
that you
Illin'
listen
Out
to.
Scratch. 1993. No,
Damn.
1994. I'm sorry. Let me see what the actual name of it was. I
Young
want to say it was
Guns,
Creep with
Tough
Me.
Love, Lil Webby, Savage Life.
Nah,
Savage
enough people
Life
listen to that, bro.
goes
That shit had
absolutely crazy. And the Pilot Talk trilogy, of course. I'm always with that.
Illin' Out Scratch.
Tiger,
Yeah,
well done.
Creep.
That was a great mixtape.
1994. Creep with Me. This is one of my favorite albums ever. I was 12 years old. Um, I still listen to it to this day when I ride to work.
I don't think I've ever
Little
heard of
brother was
that.
slept on heavily. Um,
Yeah,
Killer Priest, Heavy Mental.
Killer
Uh,
Priest is when I say J Electronica, that's exactly who that Electronica sounds like Killer Priest.
yeah. That's
So
all I could listen to Jay Electronica. I was a Killer Priest fan first. So, um, Razzcast, very slept on.
and corrupt.
Razzcast can rap
And corrupt.
fucking ass. Soul on Ice is a dope album. His next one, Rat Assassination. He's got a song in there called "Interview with the Vampire." It's in my playlist. I have a
Sky High and Prince
lyricism
makes good
playlist.
music too. No Dope on Sundays is a great album. No Dope on
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Sundays. Yeah, No Dope on Sundays is dope. Sci be rapping his ass off.
We need to add it to their pod.
All those Kanye Ghost Riders,
Uh,
Rhyme Fest, Sci High, Consequence, all them dudes make good albums.
I don't think they make good albums. I think they make good music.
Go listen
However,
to
when you listen to it as a cohesive,
go listen to No Dope on Sunday. Then come back to me.
this is where these albums
Take
artists
them
are
to the
technically better.
cleaners. Take them to the cleaners by Consequence. No Dope on Sundays by Sci High. And Rhyme Fest is I forget what it might be called, Blue Collar Rap. Those are check them out. Then your opinion might change a little bit. Definitely with that No Dope on Sundays album.
Niggas gonna start hating me, bro. I'm gonna start putting shit in the chat, nigga.
Yeah, hip hop. I remember the first hip hop album I ever owned was Wu Tang Forever, the double disc.
I know the first CD I ever owned.
That was
I
the
remember
first
that.
CD I ever owned. My sister bought me a CD player, and it was Wu Tang Forever
Mm.
and 112's debut CD. They came out the same year.
The first CD I ever owned was Helter
That's a
Skelter
wild
Magnum
CD
Force.
collection. Wu Tang and 112.
I had a three. I just bought a 3 disc CD changer. I was like, oh shit! Like I just bought. I think it was Radio City.
But
When
I
I
had
got
a
it from.
5 disc change. You couldn't tell me
You
nothing. And it
lucky
was just me
motherfucker.
listening to a bunch of random
Hey,
shit in my room.
it had the
Those
dual
CDs
cassette
took
joint.
so long to change songs. It was crazy because they had to switch disc, then shuffle through the
They'd be
CD.
like, they'd be sliding around in that motherfucker. Um, it was still better than cassette because you had to fast
Remember
forward. We
having
had the
to
dual
trying to
cassette deck.
flip through the CD and pick what you want to listen to in the car? Man, I'm surprised my uncle ain't kill us listening to he.
I had the first album I ever got my hands on was Tupac, Strictly for My Niggas. I'm a
Mm.
Tupac fan through and through. So we had what was called Sam Goody was a store, and on all the cassettes was that little strip
I
that when
think
you
it's
walk
still
through the
some
door it
Sam
go
Goodies
off.
out there.
Oh, I didn't know.
I think it's a
So
few.
it was easy to steal cassettes back then. So I took because it was like Strictly for My Niggas. I was I think I was 11 years old. That's when I started all my bad habits. I started drinking at 11. I started smoking cigarettes at
Wait,
11.
wait, 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 wait. I think we just unearthed some valuable information here. You started drinking and smoking at 11?
Yeah,
Do you remember your
yeah.
first drink?
Not specifically, no. I remember
What
the
were you
first time I
drinking
smoked
at
was
11 though?
cigarettes.
What was your drink of choice?
So it's different. So one, I had a house full of drinkers. My grandfather was a truck driver. He'd come in around 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night with drinks. My mom was a drinker, but she wasn't always with us. Remember, I lived with my grandparents. So when she would come in, when she ever did come around and she had some shit, we'd drink one. And then I started hanging out with these white people. Shout out to them.
Don't blame it on the whites.
White people, let me tell you something how white that's why when people try to argue with me, I'll be like, you know, I've hung out on both sides. That's why people can hear. If you listen to how I talk, you'll hear it. And then when I
They
get
can't
mad,
in Africa. I know.
you'll hear it. You'll hear that too, because apparently I talk different when I get mad.
You be code
Whatever.
switching.
Anyway, I guess so. So white people had liquor cabinets in their
Liquor
homes.
cabinets. Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Like I wasn't in like white people like trailer park homes. No, like These are like,
At 11, though. You were doing this at
yeah,
11.
yeah. I got taken care of. I used to run away.
So
I used
you
to
were
run away.
getting drunk at 11
Yes, it's very easy.
and
We used
smoke
to hang outside 7-Eleven.
and
So
smoking
when we used to hang
cigarettes.
outside 7-Elevens and Quick Checks and beg for a quarter, not beg, well, we were begging, but be like, hey, can you help us? My mom didn't pick me up. I gotta call her. This is back when they had payphones. So people give you 50 cents. We stand out there for a couple hours. Boom, we had $12, $15, $60. It was better than having a fucking job. Easy. 4 hours, we might have made $25. Go to different little payphones and do the same shit. Cause when you were little, people will give you fucking money. Oh, well, here, cat, you know what I'm saying? Boom. So that would cash that in. My homeboy's sister, she was older. She was like 22, whatever. She worked at the pizzeria. So we would tell her before she go to work, hey, when you get a call for this address, swing by the liquor store. We're gonna give you the money. When you get here, you gotta buy us this, that, and this. So she already know the plan before she go to work. So boom, we call in the pizza because we made enough money. Like back then, pizza's like $8, $9, $10, and we don't bum that money sitting outside a different fucking. You know what I mean? Like my nigga, the fuck is y'all slow? So anyway, we pay her, so she would come with 40s and wine and all that other shit, and we pay,
I've
and we give her
never
the
had a
money on it. You know
40
what I
in
mean?
my life.
Are you well, yo, they're illegal in certain like in Florida. You can't get a 40.
I've
That shit is
never
wild. I
had
go
a
to Jersey, like
40. I've never had
what?
a tall boy. I've never had. I could probably
Yo, niggas,
count on my
you never
fingers.
had a deuce deuce?
I could count on my fingers how many beers I probably had in my life.
This is why I can do this easily. Y'all ain't even peep how many times. This is a brand new bottle. If you go watch the beginning of this broadcast, you'll see me tearing up the bottle to
And then
open
if
it.
I'm in a club or if I'm drinking, I'm that dude ordering double amaretto sours with extra cherry.
That's fucking wild,
I
bro.
need my drinks to have umbrellas, fruits in them, and sugar on the rim.
Yeah, I thank God for my childhood because I got exposed to everything early. At 11 years old, I was smoking weed, I was drinking, I was smoking cigarettes. Um,
I'm just
we were
not a drinker
stealing.
like
I
that.
already had my boosting thing going
Yeah, I'm not a drinker like
at
that.
11. So it was you know what I'm saying, and now I'm happy as fuck. I got my life straightened out with the military and all that shit. But we had a conversation about like talk like I don't get nervous
At
talking to motherfuckers.
11, I was humping JCPenney magazines. I wasn't getting
I mean,
drunk.
I used to get the Victoria's Secrets. The bitches was sticky. You get an old 1997 Victoria's Secret from my house. Them bitches is sticky as a motherfucker.
That's
You ain't
disgusting.
gonna separate them Tyra Banks pages.
Oh
All
man.
that forehead.
Shout out to Tyra Banks, man. She was it back in the day.
I've been offered a TV deal. My first ex-wife can put you on to that. I walked in because I was
A
in San
TV
Diego at
deal
that
to
time.
do what?
Okay. So I was supposed to be on a sitcom as a pilot episode. Okay, so here's how I walk. In San Diego, they would have like malls where it's like, yo, we're doing commercial tryouts, right? So my ex-wife wanted to go, so we go. She got this script, she got all this shit. When we get in there, I don't have nothing. I'm just a Navy motherfucker. You're seriously acting like what? I don't know what that means. But your title, brother BKL Contreras, is kind of dope. I like that. But like, anyway, so we went. I'm going there for support. She's my wife at the time. When I walked in, bro, everyone's got headshots and all this shit. I have nothing. I'm just here for support. And they were like, hey, because mind you, this is me at 42. But me at 21, I'm physically super fit. I look like I got chiseled out of stone. I have no grays. And mind you, at this time I used to shave. So I'm baby faced because everything had to be bare skin. So they were like,
You,
hey,
you just
you here to
Marvin
audition? I was
Sessions.
like, no.
Huh?
Yeah, I was like, no. So they were like, so the guy went in the back. He got some more people. 3 people come out, and everyone starts looking at me. My ex-wife, who was my wife at the time, but she's like, we're here to audition, or she's like, I'm here to audition. They blow her off. They're like, how about him? And I'm like, sure. I took drama in high school, sure, bro. I can't. I don't know if I'm not. I'm cocky. I'm an asshole by trade. I will literally tell you. as smart as you think you are, the peak of your intelligence is probably where mine starts to start. Like, I'm gonna tell you that. It's natural.
I'm not
So
smart
I
enough.
can memorize a lot. I think it's part photographic memory. It's not really photographic, but
It's
a
part
lot
of
of
your
people say,
serial killer profile.
yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking your beard got a little bit of gray, but now I did see very well. You got me, you got me mad confused, brother. I'm gonna call you brother KFC. But anyway, so I do this audition. I have to go back for another audition. That audition, when I did it, they were like, "Hey, we need you to come back." Blah 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 blah. They started taking headshots of me because I didn't have anything. I didn't go in there with shit. So when we went back, now they had all my headshots from that first audition, but they were trying to tell me it's a pilot episode of a Christian family that adopts a black kid, a white family that adopts a black kid. The neighbors is a white family that adopts a black kid. The white family is atheist. The kid is a Christian. The white family that I would be to is atheist, but I'm a Christian. So they want to swap, but we can't because like it's supposed to be a comedy, bro. They offered me a number. It was like $6,500 an episode or some shit, and I should have went AWOL. I was in the military time, so I tried to do the paperwork to get out of it, and they're like, "We're going underway. We're leaving." Blah blah blah.
My back,
So,
spinal.
y'all, they clipped that shit early. Yeah. So I didn't go. I trusted my gut. Like, well, the military pays me every like I've never had to worry about my check. First and 15th, the money just is there. So
I just did my Netflix movie coming soon, and
I got a whole nother meeting. A sec.
I'm actually in a sitcom. I got casted in the show. It's called Henchmen, but Damon Wayans Jr. and
He's his.
Jake Johnson from New
You said
Girl.
Damon Wayans Jr.
Yeah, and Jake
He's
Johnson
pretty funny.
from New Girl. We shot the whole thing. I did my audition in Bayonne, New Jersey. My audition was terrible. You hear me? But I got the part, and I worked with the show. We shot it, and
Why is your audition terrible, bro?
it just never got picked up. It was bad. I was bad.
Why?
I was
You
just
want to
bad.
see me cry? I can cry. I can
It
cry
was
on
just
command.
bad. It was just a bad audition, but it was good enough. But again, I'm one of the type of people. If I can get in front of you and we can have a conversation, you can get a feel of me, I'll win. That's why anytime we come with jobs, I hate phone interviews. You need to see me in person and smell my cologne.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one. I hate phone interviews, bro.
So yeah, but yeah, so we got a little acting chops over here. We do a lot over here at our podcast. But yeah, we've been talking 2 hours, man. Dang, longer than that, cause my phone cut out the first time.
Yeah, my internet been acting crazy. I'm about to start streaming. Yo, so here, check this out. All music platforms. Remember the Archie Carter. Check it out. Good Karma. It dropped back on October 11th. Go ahead to Hall Priest Universe. Go ahead and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I like to see that. You know what I'm saying? It just keeps us going. And we'll be back here on Friday,
Friday,
confirmed. But if
Smash
other news
Bros.
drops during the wrestling world, we'll
You
cover it.
gotta be
But I like
subscribed.
this hip hop conversation. We might have to start taking it over. Like, yeah, we're going to the Hall Preezy, and we start having these conversations over
But
there.
I told you, after we done talking wrestling, it's happy hour. Y'all come to happy hour.
Yo, brother BKL Contreras, yo, sign up for both. Make sure you tap into the Attitude Era because what we do, we're live Monday, Tuesday, Fridays, and then after PLEs. So we're
And
live.
we're
Like
dropping, we were dropping new content and live content 7 days a week.
1.7 days a week.
But burnout happens and
And real life happens too.
YouTube started flagging some of our content. We don't know why, because everything's original, right? All our interviews are original. I mean, all the content was original, so we had to work around some of that. But yeah, we were dropping new and live content 7 days a week. I actually started back to gaming with the gaming content. I game every morning now. So we was gaming with the game, playing games with the watchers and listeners. We got the Double Up series, which we're dropping on Wednesday. We got 12 episodes of that that's out right now. And then we do the live recaps of every WWE event. We go live during the main event. And we have hot tags, which are short interviews. If it's an interview less than say 10 minutes or so, we call it a hot tag. And we have like Booker T, Kurt Angle, Kane, bunch of people on hot tags. Then we have long form, which is the most recent one was Vince Russo, but we got Eric Bischoff, Bret Hart, anybody you can really think of. We interviewed across paths with them on Add to Our Podcast. So yeah, check that out if you're new to the channel. And if nothing else, you will see us at least 3 times a week. You never know who's gonna pop up. Vince Russo retweets this. We had Ryback talking shit in the comments one day. Tay Rock pops up, like battle rap. We've had Cortez has popped up, Lady Caution. So you never know who's gonna tap in.
Hey, hold on. What game system are you on? It's already after fucking midnight. I ain't even think the Taco Bell's open. Waffle House is, but I ain't trying
Taco Bell closed at like 4 in the morning. 4th meal, baby. It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark.
PS5. So I got a PS5. It's my son's. I just use it, but
Archie Carter Live, man, add me. We can play some 2K in the morning. I've been playing Skyrim, about to get back on Fallout. Yeah, Archie Carter Live
what's
is
that? Who's on Xbox?
you.
Yeah, I would think it
You.
might just be me.
You and my boy. About kicked him out of the house today, talking about he want an Xbox.
I play the Division 2. That is my game. I'll smoke your shit.
Division is
Bro,
fire.
I can give you the whole storyline too. Like
I remember first time playing Division and running into the dark zone and seeing skulls and getting my ass kicked.
Oh yeah. Yo, let's do PvP because I'm all for it. I'm trying to offload. Yo, yeah. I'm trying to take what you got.
Actually, been looking for some new games to get into. So y'all got some recommendations, some good online stuff. Send it my way. And like always, if you got some music content you got going on, anything you want us to check out, hit me at the Archie Carter on Instagram. Send me the link, send me an ad, and let's be friends. You heard? As you can see, we talk about more than just wrestling. What'd you say?
My bad. Brother, you said unfortunately I do have an Xbox, bro. I got an Xbox. I got both systems. My son's got the
HP is
PS5.
the only guy on this podcast, I believe, with an Xbox, and he needs some Xbox friends. So y'all two just became.
Yo, check this out. Go to Hall Preezy 908. I'm right there, buddy.
Preezy. You see where it says King HP right under there? Hall Preezy. That's how you spell Hall Preezy.
And that's how it's spelled. And then put 908 after it. And bong, I'll pop up. That's me. If you see 904, that's my son. Don't fuck with him. Because if you do Call of Duty, he's smoking your shit. That nigga like
I've not
extra
got
good.
to the new Call of Duty yet. Vinny been trying to get me on that for months.
It don't matter what Call of Duty. He's extra good. Like I was like, damn. I'm all right. I'm a cool. I can carry. I'm not gonna carry a team.
One of them headshots
with
with sniper rifles up on your people. See, I don't like that.
My son will have like 60 something kills, 3 or 4 deaths, and then
he's for real. He need to be in somebody's tournament somewhere.
He's super nice with it. But when you play the division, you'll notice my son's like, yo, my dad is in that top 5% for every category. Yeah, let's go in the dark zone, bro.
Dark zone.
Oh, I killed you. You talking that shit like, hold on, you killed me. Cool, I'm coming right back. We get 16 loadouts, bro. I got 16 loadouts. I got 16 different builds. I'm Tony Stark with this bitch. I seen you kill me with some status effects.
I never
got
played Division 2. I only played Division 1.
Oh, what?
They
Division
DC.
2. The Division 1 is a better PvP game. Division 2 is a better PvE game. However, I still fuck with PvP in Division 2. I'm heavy. I might jump in the game. I might jump into somebody's shit just to kill them, get a couple wins, and then go to bed. Matter of fact, that's the fuck I'm doing.
I think I might hop on 2K for a little bit. So
I might go to Taco Bell because when you start sipping, I might order it, have it come in, and I have no tacos, and it's Tuesday.
It's not Tuesday no more. Where you at?
I do my days to where I go to sleep ends the day. So
you're not gonna you can't go DoorDash it. DoorDash is a little expensive at night.
I don't fuck with that because they put all the miles on my car.
No, I'm talking about
order for them to deliver.
Yeah.
if I like right now, that's what I'm going to do because I've been drinking. So yeah, but and I'm like it's not like I just had a first cup. Like I don't know if you all been watching me. I've been pouring. This thing I was watching NXT, pouring, pouring,
In the
pouring. So
words of
yeah,
Beyonce, I've been drinking. I've been
yeah,
drinking.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, we gotta be responsible. I'm
Oh
I'm
yeah.
at a good point in my life. I don't need
This is
no
the most
bullshit. Oh, we gotta do out.
irresponsibly responsible podcast you'll ever watch. And we talk everything. We start with wrestling. We might end up talking about food, childhood stories, hip hop, bad dates, good dates, battle rap. But we just talking. So I think we do need in
And shout out to everyone on Winter Madness.
2025,
Rock was on there with Marv One.
2025, we gonna start having happy hour. So after we done talking wrestling, we're gonna find either a Patreon or a
No,
hall
I'm gonna tell you where to go right now. I'm pointing at it. Go ahead and subscribe.
point to the wrong side. Got point to the other side.
No, it's right here on mine.
Oh, it's the other side on mine. So
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
it's in
That's
the
crazy.
other corner, hey, whatever. But yeah, we're gonna start doing happy hour where we just kick it in. We might bring people on just to kick it. Yeah, how we put a bunch of people on this jump? Just have happy hour. That might be G.
I didn't
Yes.
see that Mook versus Arsenal. Mook versus Arsenal was good. Tay Rock versus fucking Marv One, bro. I don't know if y'all know Marv One. Marv One can rap, 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 rap. This is one of those things, a style clash. Tay Rock cannot rap to that level. I don't give a fuck what anyone tells me. And I listen to Tay Rock, Thanos, and I got the Dracula album. Like I listen to Tay Rock. I literally have him in my playlist. When it comes to battle rap, though, the way Tay Rock went off. I want to hear people's on that
J-Rock
battle
is a
specific.
champion of the year, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and I hope we get him for the award show because we have an MVP of the year.
I
There's a
told him
category
last
called
pod when he was on here, yo, yeah, you. I told him, I gave him his
He's
flowers.
got like 16 battles this year, 16 or 17.
Probably more than that, bro.
Shit, he battled Chess for our shit Attitude Era. Go peep that shit.
And he
It's
had a
at like
battle the
two, three
night
hundred K.
before that. Tay Rock's been pulling like 2 a days on the weekends.
Yeah, yeah, killing
I
it,
don't know how you
killing it.
compartmentalize bars and separate. I'm a rapper, but I don't know how you do that. That battle rap brain is different. That's different. So everybody that does that, I think, is somewhat special in their own way. But you have special, then you have like Luck says, aliens. There's aliens out here, and Tay Rock is definitely an alien. So, and if you haven't seen the No Mercy card we did, it's a battle rap event with all wrestling bars, and we even had AJ Francis, aka Top Dollar. He battled on it, and I believe some of those battles are out on YouTube right now. It's No Mercy, and it was a great card. So I'm tired, bro. I'm about to get up off here. We've been going damn near 3 hours. Yeah, and guess what? We could do it again Friday. And if something happens, guess what? Hit the notification button so you know, and follow us on all social medias because we are active on there. And follow me at DRG Carter on
In fact, tomorrow we're gonna be
Instagram.
live on Hall Priest Universe.
That's it. That's it. And we'll see y'all Friday. Hope this week is good to you and good for you. And we out.